You are live on air in Debate TV. Who is with me?
Hi, this is Janine.
Hi, Janine. How are you doing?
I'm good. I just wanted to comment on my religion, Islam.
Okay, great.
And just wanted to say that it's such a beautiful religion, and it's completely different than how it's portrayed on the TV and the media. And I just want people to know that whatever they see on TV is not always correct. And
like, what about, forgive me, please. If Islam is beautiful, is it beautiful to beat a wife? Is that beautiful?
I'm sorry?
Is it beautiful? You know, you sound like a nice lady, and I welcome you in our show. You are saying Islam is beautiful, right?
Yes.
Okay. If Islam is beautiful, how the Quran say the man he can beat his wife?
You have to look at the whole verse, not just one specific verse and focus on it. Because in the Bible, Jesus also says that for every time that your eye sees sin, pluck it out. But does he mean that literally?
Yes.
If he meant that literally, all the Christians in the U.S. and around the world wouldn't have eyes right now.
No, lady, no.
So you have to look at the bigger picture. Many Muslims that I know do not even touch their wives that way, just out of respect.
No.
And although it is allowable in our religion for a man to, touch his wife in that way, although it's allowable, it's not always right because they can be out of control. And there's specific rules to that also. It's moderation. There has to be a reason. It can't just be out of no reason just because he wants to strike at her.
Like what?
And many Muslim families that I know don't even. It's best to avoid it. It's best to not do it.
No.
Than to.
If it's in the Quran, it means it's allowed, and we agree about that, correct? It's allowed.
I'm sorry.
It's allowed in the Quran.
Yes, it is allowed. Okay, yes, it is allowed.
Now, what is the reason for a husband to beat his wife?
The reasons for it is to begin with, before even thinking about hitting, one's wife, you're supposed to communicate with her, talk to her about it. If, let's say, there's a problem, or if she's not willing to negotiate on something, or if he tells her to do something and she's not willing to do it, they should first talk it out and communicate. However, if she's still not listening and if she refuses to obey him, he can then, get to that step. Unfortunately, people can get out of control, and it should only be a light tap. It should not harm her in a way where she is severely hurt or severely bruised or anything like that. It should not leave a mark.
Does it say there?
It shouldn't leave a mark.
Does it say? Oh, that doesn't leave a mark, which means this is harm. I can beat the hell of you and it still don't leave a mark.
But here's the thing. If you interpret it that way, if everybody says that, okay, well, let me do it this way, as long as it doesn't leave a mark, that's just, it's just the person that's creating that rule. If in the Quran it says you're not supposed to leave a mark, then you can't just go around
where in the Quran
just to have your way with your wife.
Sorry,
the rules, and if you respect and love her, you would not try and harm her.
Where in the Quran it says
and if you, I'm sorry?
Where in the Quran it says don't leave a mark?
I can get you a verse if you want.
Great. I will be happy to see it. Where?
Sure.
It doesn't say that.
I would be happy to show you.
Quran chapter 4 verse number 34 say clearly just beat them. There's no light beating. There's nothing about don't leave marks. This is not true.
I will show you.
Okay, great. I wanna see that verse. And remember, we are talking about chapter 4 verse number 34. And take your time and look for the verse, no problem. I'm talking to people who are listening to us. First of all, regardless of how light the beating is an insult. If somebody spit at somebody in America, you take him to court because a spit is an insult. You don't spit at people. You see how light spitting is? Very light. Have you ever heard of somebody being killed because somebody spit at him? But this is a very bad insult. So it's very clear, number one, that Islam teach not to respect women, teach that women, they are nothing. And as you said, if you negotiate with her and she refuses to obey you, we beat her, which means I am allowed in Islam to force my ideas in other human being just because she is a female. If she doesn't agree, here we go. We got a solution. I will beat you.
Can I comment? It's not just because she's female. He doesn't have a right to hit her just because she's female. That has nothing to do with the fact that she's female.
Can she
In
hit him?
Islam, men and women are equal but different, and they each have different duties, but they are both equal,
Lady,
and they each should be respected. And if a man truly loves his wife, he would never lay a hand on her. But it is allowed in Islam as a way to control and allow communication and try and fix the problem. So it wouldn't lead to more problems in the future.
So you are saying to me,
the first step that is really important is communication before anything. They have to talk it out.
Communication. You say to her, don't do that, correct? You say to her, don't do that. Then she do it, you beat her. Is that communication? Is that how communication is? And you are saying to me, will correct the problem by beating her. What kind of correction is?
No, I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth, sir. I didn't say to solve a problem he has to beat her. And I told you that it's not beating. It's
what?
A tap that is not going to leave a mark. I told you that.
Show me the proof. I have in front of me
Please,
hadith of Sahih
I ask you really, calmly and politely, do not put words in my mouth, because I know that this verse can be taken in many different ways.
No problem.
Just as
listen.
Just as the verses about jihad can be taken in a lot of ways, and the verse about the 72 virgins can be taken in a lot of different ways.
So
I ask that you do not put words in my mouth as I try to explain this, because it is a complex subject. Go on.
No problem. First, you are the one who said, when I said to you, this is the problem is going to be solved, you said no. And by the way, this show is recorded. We can play it later. And you will see, you said, to correct the problem. Now, I said to you, is that how you correct the problem? You said, don't put word in my mouth. I did not say correct. So he is beating her for what? If he is not going to correct the problem,
it's not the only way to resolve a problem.
Please,
it's not the only way.
Please let me finish.
The best way to resolve any problem is communication.
Okay.
That's the best way.
Communication did not work. You beat her, correct?
Talking. That's what I mean. To talk it out.
She did not obey.
To try and talk it out and see what each person thinks is the right thing to do before anything.
You are saying to her, do this, or if you don't agree with me, I will beat you, correct?
I'm sorry?
The man, he don't talk to the women really. He's saying to her, don't do that. He's not negotiating and the proof if she
there is negotiating, because if he's wrong, and if he says something against our religion, then who is he to say? Who is he to say don't do this? If he told his wife, don't wear hijab, then he's wrong. So he's not always right. The man is not always right. He's only right if he's speaking right, if he's speaking about justice. But if the woman is speaking about justice and refuses to do something that she thinks is wrong, she has a right to refuse that.
Okay, let us say,
for example, if my parents told me not to wear the scarf, or if my parents told me don't do this, don't do that, I have a right to refuse that. I respect my parents, but if they told me to do something wrong, what I think is wrong, I have a right to refuse that. So just because I'm female does not make me entitled to being weaker or to being silent. Because as a female, I will respond the way that I believe is right to respond.
Can I talk?
And I'll tell you right now.
Can I talk?
I'll tell you right now.
Can I talk?
I expect my husband to respect and love me enough so he knows to communicate with me. If he wants to talk anything out, he comes to me first and we negotiate together, because that's how a marriage works. When two people talk things out together. All my friends and all my family members who are married, alhamdulillah, they've been married for many years. That's what they do too.
How many wives your husband have?
I'm sorry?
How many wives your husband have?
There's only one.
Why? What do you mean?
And it will only be me.
Why only have one? Quran allowed him to have 4. So how you are talking about negotiating, and you are just one of many in the house. This is
if my husband,
listen, I give you the time to talk.
My husband,
give me the time to talk. Give me the time to talk, please. I gave you time, right? Let us be polite. I gave you the time to talk. Finish your word. It's my time. And you said that if the husband, he ordered you to do something wrong, you do not agree with him. Now, if you don't agree with him in something right, he can beat you. Now, if he don't agree with you in something right, which means he is the wrong one, can you beat him?
If he is the wrong one?
Yeah, can you beat him? The same he do to you if you are wrong?
Give me an example.
As an example, you mentioned to me yourself an example. Your husband said to you, don't wear hijab, correct? And you said to him, I'm not going to obey you. Now, he is ordering you to do something wrong. Can you beat him?
Literally, I can beat him, but I won't do that. I'm just not that type of person.
So how come he can beat you? Okay, listen.
Instead, I will tell him why he's wrong.
I'm talking in a religious way. I'm talking according to Islam. The woman, she cannot beat her husband even if he's wrong. But he can beat you if you are wrong. So what kind of equalistic?
Sir, can you show me a verse where a woman cannot beat her husband?
Can you show me a verse that says
that women are not allowed to hit their husband?
The Quran only mentioned man beating his wives.
Or are you just making that verse up to try and prove a point that is not valid right now?
Listen, if the Quran never mentioned that the woman can beat her husband, this is mean you cannot beat her husband.
You asked to see a verse, and I just wanted to show you kind of what the Prophet really addresses towards beating. And I want you to see what I mean when I say that the beating is not to be vicious or severe or something that causes harm to the woman to the point where she cannot answer back to her husband, where she's weak. I want to show you something.
Okay, go ahead.
That addresses this issue that we're talking about, because you bring it up. You're not the first person, and I'm sure you're not the last, because I've been asked about many different types of verses in the Quran. But the thing is, people only look at one specific part of the Quran and they focus on that, and they become negative towards it to the point where they are so close-minded they don't look to the bigger picture. And they think that if men don't beat their wives, they're not Muslims. But that is not true, because men can find ways where beating cannot occur, where beating should not occur. And if a Muslim man does not beat his wife, that does not make him a bad Muslim. It's the opposite, because it shows that they have a bond, that they communicate first before anything.
Okay.
And
the man he beat his wife, he's a bad Muslim?
I'm sorry?
The man who beat his wife, he's a bad Muslim?
If he beats her to the point where it's beyond the limits of what Islam allows, yes, then he is. Then he's not following Islam correctly, because he has to follow the rules. Because here's what I'm trying to say.
You see? You're trying to hide the truth.
If there are some Muslims, and I'm sure there are, maybe there are some Muslim men who say, okay, I'm going to beat my wife because the Quran says that. And they go too far. And they beat their wives, and she becomes extremely, bruised and hurt to the point where she's in the hospital.
So bruises are not allowed in Islam?
That is crossing the line.
Bruises are not allowed? Bruises are not allowed.
Sorry?
Bruises in the body are not allowed in Islam.
What is?
Like a man, he can beat his wife until she have a bruises. This is not allowed.
I'm saying if he goes too far with his limit, if he gets out of control, and where he's hitting her.
What control mean?
Where he's hitting her, but he does not understand why he's hitting her. He keeps on going,
so if
and he loses control of himself, and he keeps hitting her. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't think people, they will start beating a woman just for no reason. Simply, the Quran says the reason. She is not obeying him. Because the Quran says, if she obey you, don't beat her.
That's why I wanted to redo this, so you could see kind of what I'm trying to get at.
Go ahead.
I think you're just focusing on it so negatively. I don't.
No problem. Go ahead.
I just don't think. Okay, it says this is by the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam.
This is not Quran.
And
this is hadith.
This is what he addressed this about hitting and beating.
Okay, go ahead.
And he addressed this issue. Okay. And this is probably more clear than the verses you're reading right now.
No problem.
It says, he said, you have rights over your wives, and they have rights over you. You have the right that they should not defile your bed, and that they should not behave with open unseemliness. If they do, God allows you to put them in separate rooms and to beat them, but not with severity. If they refrain from these things and obey you, they have right to their food and clothing with kindness. Lay injunctions on women kindly, for they are your wards, having no control of their persons. So he specifically and he repeatedly said kindly to the women. This indicates that the beating is not to be vicious or severe.
What is the hadith in Arabic?
And that women also have rights over their husbands, just as much as the husbands have rights over them.
What is the hadith in Arabic? Can you say it to me in Arabic?
In Arabic?
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
I would be happy to.
Read it for me in Arabic.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. I'm gonna look it up right now. Okay.
Because I don't think the word kind exists there, but no problem. Now, it might take you a while before you get it. This is what you told me. Number one, it's mean the Prophet, he agreed with beating women. and he is saying kindly. What kindly? I don't know. You just said don't make bruises. You know, this is what kindly in Islam. In Hadith of Sahih al-Bukhari, the book of address, Hadith number 5447, Raf'a divorced his wife, whereupon Abdul Rahman, you can read the Hadith, and he did beat her until he made her clothes her skin greener than her clothes. The Prophet.
Okay, can I comment on that? Because I know which verse you're talking about.
This is not a verse. This is a Hadith. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. Okay. He did beat her.
I know which passage you're talking
greener
about.
Than her clothes. Go ahead.
Can I comment?
Go, sure.
Okay. What I want to say about that is that many Muslims will do things their own way, how they see it, so they can interpret the Quran their way, but in the end, no one can judge them except God in the end. So let's say the guy beat his wife until she died. No one can say he's a bad Muslim or a good Muslim except God. So whatever they do, that's their life, that's their choices. What I'm saying to you is the Quran says the Quran never said to beat your wife to the point where she cannot move, where she's physically unable to perform, to get up or do anything. And nowhere in the Quran does it say until you beat her until she dies or anything like that.
Never say to,
and so no one is a judge of anybody, even if the person committed a great sin such as murder. No one is a judge of that person except God, because that person has an opportunity to repent, to ask for forgiveness, no matter how great the sin is. And he has an opportunity, and Allah is most merciful. And He is able to.
Allah is not merciful. Sorry for that. But this is not our topic now.
Oh, Allah is very merciful.
No, He's not. Because
if you pray with all your heart, if you really mean it, if you really feel bad about what you did, He will forgive you.
If your God is merciful, He should not allow the man to use their violence against women. He should say to them, if you beat women, I'll take you to hell. And this is how you stop those Muslim men from insulting and abusing those weak women. You know, Allah,
He created humans in a way where we make mistakes, and Allah knows we make mistakes. That's why He knows we will ask for forgiveness. If He made us perfect, He would not even.
I put you on hold. Sorry for that. Please, we cannot talk at the same time. I will let you. I want to hear you, but we cannot talk at the same time. Okay? No. Listen to me. The Hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari, and you are free to talk.
I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and you're trying to.
We cannot talk in the same time. Correct? Do you agree? In the same time, we cannot talk.
I agree, but you didn't let me. Let me
say my say. Let me say my say. In that Hadith, the man he did beat his wife until he made her skin greener. Did the Prophet say to him, "Shame on you"? Did the Prophet say to him, I'm going to punish you"? Did the Prophet say to him, "Don't ever beat her like this again"? No, actually he took the side of the man and he told her that he is right and you deserve it. The woman, she don't want the husband. She don't want to stay with him. She don't want to even have sex with him no more. And she is accusing him that he cannot have sex. The man, he is in response, he is beating her until her skin became greener than her clothes. The Prophet, number one, he took his side against her. The Prophet ignored how severe the beating is. As you see, Aisha, she is saying, Aisha, not me. Aisha said, I have not seen any suffering, any women suffering as much as a believing woman. Look at her skin is greener than her clothes. So the man that beat her until he made her skin greener than her clothes, what do you want more? Did the Prophet say why you did that? Nothing. Did he ask him, don't do it again? Nothing. Simply what he did, he said to her, you are wrong.
I know what you're saying.
And he is right.
I understand.
Yeah, so your Prophet agreed with the severe beating. Correct?
Like I said before, Allahu A'lam. God only knows. God can only judge. We cannot interpret that part or that story, that specific thing, and judge that person. Oh, he's wrong. He's right. He's going to hell. He's going to heaven. We are in no position to say that. So for what he did, to his wife,
your Prophet is not in position to judge.
Even the Prophet, he's human. Who is he? God?
So are you saying God
created us as humans imperfect to make mistakes to ask for forgiveness.
Let us make it clear. Are you saying your Prophet in this case was mistaken? He was wrong?
I'm sorry?
Are you saying your Prophet in this case he made a mistake?
No, I didn't say that.
So
You said that.
then he agreed with beating until her
I
uterus
never
skin
said that.
cleaner. That's it.
I
So
said
he
the
agreed.
prophet
He
cannot,
agreed with
even the
beating.
prophet cannot determine who goes to heaven and who goes to hell. All
I'm
he
not talking
says
about
is
hell and
pray
heaven,
to God.
lady. Please, I'm not talking about heaven and hell now. I'm talking about a man, he beat his wife, and the proof he is the judge. They came to him, both of them. The women and the
Allahu
men.
Alam. God
What do you
knows
mean
why
Allahu
he did
Alam? What do
that.
you mean Allahu
Only God
Alam?
knows.
No,
We cannot interpret why the prophet was silent.
We aren't
We cannot
interpreting anything.
interpret why
This is the
he did
hadith.
not respond to that.
Lady,
What we could do, sir, is follow what he said about that.
what
Follow
he
what he
said.
said about the beating.
He said
Follow what he
beat
said.
them.
Maybe he was
He
silent
said
out of anger. You don't
beat
know that. Maybe he was
them.
silent out of anger and out of a feeling where he was sad for the guy who did that to the woman. You don't know that. You don't know how he felt. You don't know why he was silent. What we do know is what we should do in Islam, what we should do and what he's been telling us, what he's been preaching about God and about Islam and about husbands and wives. That's what we should do. We should focus on what we should do. We shouldn't look at people and point to them and say they're right, and we shouldn't point to them and say they're wrong, because that's not the point. The big picture is to follow what the Prophet said is best to do.
Right.
And what the Prophet said is best to do is to take care of your wives.
Your prophet, he is the one who taught people to do those things. This is why those Muslims are beating their women. For me as a Christian man, if I beat my wife, this means I'm a bad man. I will feel guilty in front of God and in front of the law. I will be taken to jail. According to Islamic law in Islamic countries, if a wife called the police saying my husband is beating her, they will laugh at her. He have the right to beat you. Shut up. So she cannot even file a case against him because simply this is his right to beat her. He made it as a legal law for beating. And now, as long as you are talking about heaven, I want to ask you, the man, when he go to heaven, he will have 72 women, 300 boys.
Here we go.
How many women you will have? How many men you will have? How many men? The man, he will have.
There is none. There is no equivalent for a woman.
Why?
As it is for a man. There is none.
Why?
There's no verse that says a woman will have 72 men in heaven. There's no verse.
No, lady.
Simply,
first, this is in the Quran.
I cannot say why. I can only say why I think. I cannot say why because I'm not a scholar.
I can show it to you from Sahih al-Bukhari, and I can show it to you from the Quran. Open chapter 55, verse number 72. حور مقصورات في الخيام. مقصورات في الخيام. And read the explanation.
About the 72 virgins.
50, yeah, this is about the 72. Even the verse number is 72. This is why it's put in there.
Yes,
72.
I said yes. This is entitled for a man if he does jihad.
Why?
And that's
no.
Why?
It's about jihad. No.
Why?
This is not about jihad. This is any Muslim. He will get those 72 women. It's not about jihad.
But
I can show you.
Here's the interesting part to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have studied Christianity, I've studied Judaism and many other religions, and I agree with a lot of aspects about it because you asked me that online. But I'm addressing to what you said about jihad. Here's what happened and what's happening now and what people are doing now. In the Quran does not say you kill innocent people, and that's what many Muslims.
The Quran say kill innocent people, but this is my topic. You see, you are changing my topic. I put you in hold. You are changing my topic because simply you are ashamed of the Quran. Allah want to give the man 72 women. Why he don't give you 72 men? This is our topic. Don't change. Later we will talk about jihad.
Are you done?
Don't change the topic, please. One by one.
That to me shows that you're weak, that you do not want to continue.
The one is weak is
you're going to put music over my words.
to jihad.
It means you're weak.
When we are not talking about jihad.
It means you're not willing to discuss it. And I'm trying to be mature with you. I'm trying to have a...
Don't talk about mature. Your prophet, he said, women, they are half a brain. ناقصات عقل ودين. So you never be mature and you will never be mature. And actually he said most of women, they will end in hell. This is your prophet word. I can pause the hadith in a second. So don't tell me about being mature. Your prophet never considered you mature. And the proof, I can beat you if I'm a Muslim. I can marry 4 of you and I can beat you. And not only that, chapter 2 verse number 282 says that women are not equal to men in the court. Why? Because you're not mature. 2 women equal to 1 man in the court. Now, I will give you the mic. Answer me about this verse. Why the man will be given 72 women, but you will not be given any men? Go ahead.
I will answer by saying, only God knows. God knows what men want.
Is that an answer?
God knows
only
what
God
men
knows.
are tempted.
Is that how justice is? Is that how justice? God, He decided to give you. You are a Muslim. You pray 5 times. You fast. You do everything Allah asks you for.
Alhamdulillah.
So why Allah will give the man 72 women? He don't give you 72 men.
So the more important thing is when you go to heaven, you can wish for anything you want. So who's to?
Just wait, please. You can wish anything you want. So you can wish to have 100,000 men, and Allah will give them to you. Go ahead.
Did you hear what I said?
No. You can wish whatever.
That's because
you
blocked me. I said when you go to heaven, you can wish for anything you want.
Like what?
So
like what?
Women
like
can
what?
wish for anything they want just as much as men can wish for anything they want. So
No.
The main
Are
point,
you saying to me you can have a lot of men for sex in the heaven too as the man?
it's all halal. Everything is
So
everything in heaven is perfect. There's no sin in heaven.
Where you can show me Allah saying that the women, she will have a lot of men, same as the Muslim man will have. Can you show me that?
I didn't say that. I didn't say I said there's no verse that says women
you are
can
making
have
up stories,
72 men in heaven.
So you are making things up. The Quran
I'm not making up. Sir, in heaven,
lady,
you can wish for anything.
Like
you can
what?
have
Like
anything.
What?
You are never incomplete.
Can you have a lot of men?
You never feel like you're missing out.
Lady, can
you can wish for anything and your wish is granted.
Okay, can you as a Muslim woman, please listen to me. Can you as a Muslim woman wish to have 72 men and Allah will give them to you?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Can you as a Muslim woman wish for 72 men and Allah will grant you the men?
In heaven?
Yes.
Allahu Alam.
What do you mean Allahu Alam? Give me the answer.
I've never been in heaven. I cannot answer that question.
So don't
I've
make
never
things
been
up.
in heaven.
Your God Allah promised only the men.
How am I making it up?
So Allah promised only the men, and this is not justice.
Jannah, heaven is perfect. So if a woman, let's say a woman wanted something in heaven, she would get it, no matter what that wish is.
Because I just asked you,
there's no such thing
are you going to have
there's no such thing as feeling sad or feeling hurt or feeling depressed in heaven. There's no such thing.
Are you going to be given? Are you going to be given the right of having a lot of men? Yes or no?
I cannot speak for that. Allahu Alam.
So what you are saying?
The main point is, I don't care whether I get men or not. The point is, I want to get to heaven. That's the point.
Okay. Why?
I don't care how I get there. I want to get there.
No,
but I don't.
But you are contradicting yourself. You are contradicting yourself. You are saying Allah will grant you any wish. At the same time, I ask you, if you wish to have men, He will grant you that. You said, I don't know. You just told me He will grant you any wish. So say yes, Allah will grant me 72 horny men.
I will say, inshallah, God willing, He will grant any wish that any person wants in heaven. I kept saying Allahu Alam. Inshallah, I cannot say yes or no for a fact, but inshallah, God willing, He will grant any wish,
lady,
God willing.
You knew your Prophet, he mentioned many hadith, and all of them say clearly that you will be given in the heaven to one of the Muslim men. You will not have any except one man. He will have many women, in the top of them all his wives on earth. And I can show you the hadith. And you know it exists there, but you are trying to deny that or trying to avoid to talk about. Isn't it your Prophet, he said, that you will get all those hur in the top of them, your wife on earth? Yes or no?
Can you repeat that? I don't.
Did your Prophet
Uh-huh.
says, you will get all, not you, sorry, the man. You will get all the women. Allah promised him in the top of them all his wives on earth, correct?
Okay.
So you will be given to the man anyway. One of those men, Muslim mujahideen or Muslim fighter or Muslim good believers, he is going to be, you are a gift to him. You yourself a reward of a man, but you will never be rewarded. Correct?
Can you just ask the question? Because I don't know what you're trying to say.
The man.
I'm sorry. I don't know if it's a station, but something is getting in the way. I don't know if it's static.
No problem. Okay.
Your voice is very distant.
Okay.
Can you repeat it again?
No problem. Listen to me from the phone, please, not from the webpage. Your Prophet, he said, Allah will give the men in the heaven all the hur Allah grant them for, and in the top of them all their women in earth. Correct?
Okay.
So
you
yourself, you will be a reward for one of those men, which supposedly may be your husband now. But you will not get 72 men like him. No, you will be one of many women in his palace. So simply, instead of having one husband, four wives on earth,
In heaven?
In heaven, yes. You're in heaven. We're talking about heaven, lady.
Okay.
Okay. When you go there, your husband, he will have his four wives. Like if he did marry in his lifetime 50 wives, he will have them in his bedroom. In the top of them, the 72. Now, you yourself are reward, but you have no reward.
Who are you to say that I have no reward?
That is what the Prophet says. Hello? Your reward is to be with your husband. That's all.
But the Prophet never mentioned what else is there in heaven. He only mentioned certain parts. That's what I mean about the Quran.
What else?
Like Bible and Torah and Quran.
You will be with your husband.
There's certain parts that are not mentioned.
Like
and
what?
You cannot say that only heaven consists of this. Heaven will only be the women being in a palace with one guy or something like that. You cannot, you cannot be so literal and cannot focus on something that God has
I want to ask you about something else.
As a part of a
what about Allah will give the man in the heaven beautiful boys to serve them? How you explain that to me?
Okay. Sir, when we inshallah, you know, when we go to heaven, we are pure. And to be honest, personally, I don't mind who what I'm doing in heaven, who I'm with, as long as I get there. That's the main point. And if I am in a palace with a lot of females and we have to share one man, honestly, I will be at ease. I will be at rest knowing that I am in heaven. It's a better thought and a better situation than being in hell. And that's all I really care about personally, since you asked what I think.
Do you have a guarantee that this is really
the main now listen. Sir, can I speak?
Listen.
The main thing is to focus on how to get to heaven instead of focusing on something so small like how many girls does a guy get in heaven, because that's only a certain part, and not every man who dies in the name of God gets that, because some men don't do it the right way. They bomb themselves, they bomb other innocent people, and that has nothing to do with the name of Islam. That has nothing to do with the Quran. Because the Quran says that you die in the name of God, but you do not kill innocent people. And that man in Texas killed innocent people. And those people in 9/11 killed innocent people. But Allahu A'lam, God only knows if they're going to heaven or hell. But what they did was wrong.
We are changing topic now. What innocent people in Islam?
I'm sorry?
What innocent people in Islam mean?
Innocent people are those who don't deserve to be killed, are those who are not involved with war or violence or causing any sort of dispute. You have to be, for example, I'll give you an example where, inshallah, the men who die in this, in this place or this situation, inshallah, they will go to heaven. Inshallah, Allah, but I'm telling you a situation. Let's say, I'm talking about right now.
No, I don't know. Tell me. Are you there?
Until they die.
Repeat again, please, because I lost your voice. Repeat again what you said. Can you repeat again?
To go and kill Israeli men. He is defending himself, defending his country, fighting in the name of God. Inshallah, he will go to heaven. However, if a man went to the supermarket, blew himself up, and blew other people...
Listen. Just wait. I have to put you on mute because I want you to repeat again. I did not hear a word. I lost your phone for some reason. So I will take you from a hold. Repeat again what you said, please. I did not hear anything. Go ahead. Do you hear me? Repeat again, please. I did not hear any word. Hello?
I already told you what I...
No, repeat again, please.
Seems like you,
I lost my voice.
It seems like you don't want to hear it because you know it's the truth, or you don't want other people listening to it because you know I speak the truth, and you don't want them to hear what I want to say because you want them to listen to the media. You want them to listen to what the media says and feel...
What's wrong with you? This is a show, is recorded. When we play it later, you will see your voice is not coming through. I'm not lying to you, and I'm asking you to repeat it again, please, because we did not hear a word. I'm not trying to silence you. Repeat again. If I want to silence you, I will not say repeat again, please. Go ahead, repeat again.
Okay. For a man to die in the name of God the right way, again, I'm saying, inshallah, Allahu A'lam, I'm saying, for jihad to be in the right way. Of course, there are many meanings for jihad, but one example is if a man died for his country in the name of God, in the name of dying for one God, for his religion, for his country, for his people, for his land, is if, for example, during a war, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, both sides know that they may die. So if a Palestinian man went and killed Israeli men, he's defending himself. He's defending his country. He's defending his land. And the Jews, the Israelis know, they know that they're going to fight back. And subhanAllah, even the smallest kids throw rocks. That's a form of defense. That's a form of jihad, because jihad is not a holy war. Jihad is when you struggle to do what's right, struggle to do justice in a situation where injustice is happening. And it can be so many things. For example, wearing hijab in the US is a form of jihad, because you're wearing it around people who hate your religion, around people who hate the thought of wearing hijab. So that's a form of jihad. Another form of jihad is when you defend somebody from a fight. If two people are fighting and you defend a person because some person calls that boy a name, and you say that's wrong, that's a form of jihad, because you're doing justice. So jihad, in a way, it's not a holy war. It doesn't mean blow yourself up. Doesn't mean blow innocent people up. It means you do the right thing when you are in a situation where people are when people are going against you for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
And it's happening everywhere, sir. But
okay, let us go
mostly
for the first thing you said. The first thing you said, when the Palestinian, he defend himself against the Israeli, he is doing jihad. So how you explain to me Allah in the Quran in chapter 5 verse 21 saying to Moses to go and kill the Palestinian?
Again, Moses had a message by God at that time.
Oh,
and whatever
so
he
you
did,
can kill the Palestinian at that time.
Whatever he did, even though he had a message by God to kill Palestinian, my people that I consider my people, I don't see that as wrong, because he had a message by God.
Oh,
and whatever God says is right.
Okay. So
because God is perfect.
Killing the Palestinian is good if they are not Muslims. Killing the Palestinian is bad if they are a Muslim. Is that what you are saying?
I'm sorry?
Killing the Palestinian is good if they are not Muslims. Killing the Palestinian is bad if they are a Muslim. This is what you are saying to me. Allah told Moses to kill the Palestinian. This is what you are saying.
You're giving me an example of a prophet, sir, and a prophet does what God tells him.
Doesn't matter. Just hold, please. Hold on. I put you on hold. You just said that you don't have a problem with Moses killing all the Palestinian because simply Allah ordered him to do that. Why? Because they are not Muslims. But now, because they are Muslims, you don't want anyone to be killed. This is wrong. Now you have the right as a Palestinian to defend yourself and kill the Israeli. Before, Moses and his army can kill the Palestinian, and he's a good guy. Why is that? Go ahead.
It's interesting music you have on there.
I don't have a music, lady. Go ahead.
Yeah, you put music on to block me out.
This is the phone. When I put you on hold, it's me. When you hear music, it's me. You're on hold, because we can't talk at the same time. Now answer me, please. How good it is to kill Palestinians when they are not Muslims, and at the same time, it is not right to kill the Palestinians when they are Muslim. Is that fair?
I didn't say that. You said that. I said that. I said that what they're doing in Israel right now is wrong. Okay, not because they're Israelis, not because they're Jewish, but because they're taking land over the Palestinians.
First,
and they're taking it unfairly.
This is the land of the Jewish. The Quran says that Allah gave the land to the Jewish. It is Allah's fault. It is Allah who ordered the Jew to go and take it, correct?
Why do you think Christianity was formed? Why do you think Islam was formed after that? Don't you agree that maybe something happened, that God sent Jesus to spread a message, God sent Muhammad to spread a message, because something happened with the Jews?
Lady,
don't you agree that something happened? Otherwise, if that was a true religion, if the Jews really obeyed God, if the Jews really obeyed Moses, wouldn't Judaism be the religion and the only religion right now?
Okay.
But
you see, I have to put you on hold again. You are changing the topic. My topic is why it is Allah want to take the land of the Palestinian. When you say the Jewish, they took the land of the Palestinian, who gave it to them? It is Allah. So we have to blame Allah, not the Jew. Do you agree? Go ahead.
You don't have to put me on hold that long. You can just put me on for a second.
Because you keep talking. We can't talk at the same time.
Understand.
So, Allah gave the land to the Jew. Shouldn't we blame Allah for this problem?
Of course not.
Why?
Because it's people who create problems, not God. It's people who create the problems in this world.
Okay. Just wait. If Allah gave the land to the Jewish, and the Palestinian was living there, is that right?
I have a perfect point for that. If Allah gave the land to the Jews, why weren't they living there all these years? What happened? Why suddenly, after the Holocaust, did they ask for it back? After generations of Arab Muslims were living there, generations of Palestinians.
Listen. Okay, let me put you on hold again. If Allah gave it to you, regardless who took it from you, you will take it back. This is my answer to you. Isn't it Allah is God and He is the one is right one? Allah gave the land to the Jew. They have a documentation in your book in the Quran says Allah gave us this. Shouldn't Allah, or maybe Allah was wrong? You said no. So they have the right to come back to their house anytime. This is a gift from them, from Allah to the Jewish. And you said very funny thing that it's okay to kill the Palestinian when they are not a Muslim, but it's wrong to kill the Palestinian when they are a Muslim. This is hypocrisy. You're mine. Go ahead.
Can you answer that?
I did not hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I said, why suddenly did the Jews claim Israel as their land after the Holocaust,
suddenly?
after so many years when Muslims and Arabs were living there all their lives?
What do you mean suddenly? Jesus is from where?
Can you answer my question?
What do you mean suddenly? This is their land. This is their land forever.
No. I asked you a question about Israel.
About what?
Why did the Jews claim it after the Holocaust and not when Moses?
They claim it up always. This is their land. But if they cannot have it, doesn't mean they don't claim it.
Right, but after all those years, why after the Holocaust?
Because now
why
couldn't
they claim it before?
Because now they can get it back. It's their land.
Right, you don't have an answer to that. You're just saying.
I just answered you.
Excuses
now
that now
they can have it.
Now suddenly after the Holocaust,
listen. Okay, let me put you on hold again. The Jewish for hundreds of years, thousands of years, they are looking to go back to their home. And the proof, when the Babylon took them to Iraq, they go back to Jerusalem after 70, 80 years of slavery. When the Pharaoh take them to Egypt, they go back to Jerusalem. It's mean always the Jewish, their dream is to live in their own city, in their own hometown. All the Jewish in the world. But always there is people who forbid them from doing that, either the Roman, or then the Muslims, or whatever take over, he kicked them away. So those people, when they get a chance to get back, they get back. Now you don't want to answer me why Allah is being unfair, because if it's unfair to take the land of somebody, how come it was fair that Allah take the land from the Palestinian, giving it to the Jew? Go ahead.
I just want to say that I have nothing against Jews or Christians or Hindus, Buddhists, because I know many people. I have many friends from all different types of religions and cultures, and I respect them all.
Can you have?
I'm just answering what you're asking me.
No, lady, you're lying to me. You're lying to me. You're lying to me, with my respect to you. A Muslim, he cannot take a friend from the Jew or the Christian.
And you're going to show me a verse because there's a verse in the Quran that says that, right?
551. Go ahead.
Yes,
I can show you many, by the way. Not only one. I can show you more than 10.
Yes, there's more than one.
Right.
There's more than one verse.
Correct.
But the thing is, many people take those verses literally, and they say that. Because, sir, if I actually, right now, I have many different types of, friends from everywhere. But does that make me a bad Muslim? No, because Muslim embraces people from everywhere. Islam is a religion for everyone. So if it's not a religion for everyone, then what are we going to do? Isolate ourselves from other people?
Okay, so answer.
I live in a world. I live in the West. I live in the U.S.
You are just using taqiyya.
How is it?
You are using taqiyya, lady. Your prophet in the Quran say clearly, don't take them as a friends and protectors. Now you live in the USA. Does that mean you accept the president of USA to be your president? The Quran say no, you cannot. So you are practicing taqiyya, which is allowed in Islam to lie. And you are saying to me, I have many friends when the Quran, actually your prophet, he said in the hadith, don't initiate salam to the Christian and the Jew. And if you meet any of them, force them to the most narrow alley. And you are telling me you can take a Christian and a Jew as a friends?
Well, you know what? I am. And I will continue to do that because I believe that this is how they see, this is an opportunity to see Muslims for how they really are. And my friends see me for how I am, not the Muslims seen on TV. So I'm going to take that risk, sir. And inshallah, Allah.
Just wait. I will put you on hold. Take a risk to go to hell because the Quran say clearly, the one who take them as a friends is one of them is an out of mercy. Simple, clear. Open Ibn Kathir, open Al-Qurtubi, open Al-Tabari, open Al-Jalalain, Open any explanation book, all of them saying the one who take them as a friends is going to go to hell unless he is lying. It's okay. Your mic. Answer. Isn't this what all the Muslim scholars say?
I already answered.
You did not.
Did you hear me?
No. You was on hold. I said to you, Ibn Kathir, Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, Al-Jalalain, and Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Musnad Ahmad, Ibn Majah, Ibn Dawood, all of them say that a Muslim cannot take a Christian or a Jew as a friend. And if you do that, even the Quran say that, with the explanation, if you take a Christian or a Jew as a friend, you became one of them. Correct or wrong?
Sir, I answered your question.
Correct or wrong?
I answered your question.
No, you did not.
I know what you're saying.
You told me, no. Simply, if you're scholars and your prophet himself saying you cannot do that, what you say on the radio station... Can I
actually flip this and ask you, do you think a person is a bad Muslim if he doesn't, have friends, from, Christian, Jews? Do you think he's a bad Muslim?
The good Muslim is the one who hates us. The good Muslim is the one who kills us. The good Muslim is the one who kidnaps women. The good Muslim is the one who do what is written in the Quran.
You're very mistaken.
Let me show you.
It's really sad
in chapter 4, verse 24,
how this has gotten to this point, sir.
Lady, just wait. You're on hold again. In chapter 4, verse 24, it says that a Muslim man, he can rape unmarried women just because she is a Christian enslaved by him. Explain that to me. Go ahead.
Why do you put me on hold when I'm trying to answer?
Because we cannot talk at the same time. Chapter 4, verse 24.
I never heard you.
You can.
I never heard. Can't you tell me that you want to speak instead of block me?
I'm repeating again because we cannot talk at the same time. I'm giving you a chance. This is your chance. Chapter 4, verse 24.
Actually, you didn't give me a chance. You said answer and then you blocked me.
You don't want to answer because we cannot talk in the same time.
Exactly.
Muslims,
so why can't you give me my time to answer? I gave you your time to recite the verses of the hadith. I gave you the time. But yeah, when it comes to me, you block me.
I am the one showing the Quran. You refuse to read the Quran. You are ashamed of your Quran.
Can I answer?
You don't want to answer. If you want to answer,
I do, but you won't let me.
Okay, read the verse.
I've been trying to answer the whole time.
Read the verse for me, please.
Everything that you said is correct.
Okay.
I did not deny anything. It's correct.
Okay.
And I've read those verses. And I know those verses. Alhamdulillah, I know what you're trying to say. However, like I said, there's many different interpretations. And there's nobody out there that says this is the correct interpretation because nobody is God. You know what I mean? So everybody... So if I'm taking a risk by having, Christian, Jewish friends, that's a risk I'm willing to take because at least they see me for who I am. At least they see a Muslim for who a Muslim is instead of those people portrayed on TV.
Which Muslim?
Okay, so if that's a risk, if that's a sin, sir, if that's a sin, God forgive me. But that's a sin I'm willing to do.
No. The verse says, وَمَنْ يَتَوَلَّهُمْ مِنْكُمْ فَإِنَّهُ مِنْهُمْ وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الظَّالِمِينَ. So you are saying that if you became one friend to them, you became one of them, and Allah called you.
So you think becoming Christian is bad? Because you're kind of contradicting yourself. You're saying you're becoming one of them.
This is what your God saying. This is your God words.
How is that bad, sir?
Actually, your God says we are the worst creatures. Your God, Allah called us as the wab, which means animals. Your God is the one. Do you want to show the verse?
المسيحيين واليهود من أهل الكتاب من أهل الكتاب, and there's a verse that says they are the people of the book, so you respect them and you give them dignity and you respect them. Christians and Jews and Muslims are people of the book, and they come from the prophets Musa and Isa, and that's why we have to respect them. We don't hurt them. We don't try and.
Do you want to show you the verse? Open chapter 8, verse number 55.
I know the verse.
No, you
I know what you're reading. I have it right in front of me, sir.
Okay, read it for me. Read it, if you know it.
The chapter 5, the one that you
exactly
that you just said, and I responded. I responded to your question, but it's you don't want to hear it. It's every time I try and say something positive or try and say my opinion on it, you don't want to hear it.
You are not putting your opinion.
That's what kind of frustrates me because.
Okay, just hold. You see, we cannot talk in the same time. When I showed you your God, Allah saying, if you take your hold, don't talk. Allah says, if you take them as a friend, you are one of them. You said to me, I can be one of them. You have no problem with that. Allah saying, if you take one of them, you become a bad person. You said to me, are you saying to me Christians are bad? It's not me who's saying that. It is Allah. You see how you play with the words? Your God, Allah saying, the one who take them as friends is bad. And your Prophet explained the verse. If you take them, you are out of mercy of Allah. You will never enter heaven. And you are not a Muslim. And you are the same as they are, which means you are filthy. Now, you answer me. Go ahead. Speak.
Can I show you
Read the verse.
Okay. This is just from Surah 5 al-Ma'idah. And it's verse 18. Do you want me to read it in English or Arabic? Which one do you prefer?
This is the one you choose? You chose this one for this is abrogated verse.
It's the one about Christians and Jews. This is
abrogated, lady. This is an abrogated verse. Don't you know what abrogation mean?
You don't want to hear the verse?
No, you go ahead. What does verse have to do with our topic anyway? What does verse have to do with our topic?
You were talking about Christians and Jews and how we're not supposed to be friends with them, and I'm trying to explain it to you.
You said 5:18, correct? You said 5:18?
Yes, 5:18.
And this one about being a friend to them? Show me that.
I'm sorry?
This verse about being a friend to the Christians?
It's talking about what happened.
This is not our topic. What happened? First, the verse is full of mistakes.
Okay, right after that. Oh, people of the book, Ya Ahl al-Kitab, that a messenger has come. That just shows that it ties all three of us, like all three religions together. Christians,
what a messenger
Jews,
come? Wait.
Ahl al-Kitab, or people of the book, is mentioned several times in the Quran.
Lady, you do not know how to read the Quran. This is not verse number 18. You are reading number 19. In the Quran, the number come after the verse, not before it. So learn how to read your book. You are teaching me about your religion, but you do not know.
I'm reading my book, right? I have the Quran right in front of me.
You said chapter 5.
Considering the fact that I'm Muslim,
lady,
I don't think it's your place to even question what I'm reading and question my belief.
I am a scholar.
Because you're the one misinterpreting.
Just wait. I'll put you on hold. You said the chapter 5, verse 18, but you are reading 5:19. Did you get the point? I am teaching you how to read your Quran. In the Quran, verses come after, the number come after the verse, not before. Are you Ahmadiyya? The mic is yours. Are you Ahmadiyya because you are using the wrong Quran? Are you Ahmadiyya?
There's only one version of the
Quran.
Are
you Ahmadiyya? No, there's many versions. There's many versions.
The Bible has been changed, but the Quran has never been changed. So each version that you read is the right one.
Lady, there is many versions, and the proof you are quoting for me verse number 18, as you said, but it is 19.
No, I said 19. I said
no,
the one after
19.
that.
You said 18.
If you heard me right, unless you blocked me again, I said verse 19. Ya Ahl al-Kitab.
We are recording. It is 18.
يبين لكم على فترة من الرسول. That's what I said. Verse 19. I said the one after 18, after وقالت اليهود. I said Ya Ahl al-Kitab. Why would I confuse those verses if I didn't have it in front of me? Okay. Why would I make that up?
What this verse is about? Nothing. What does this have to do with our topic?
Because you're talking about Christians and Jews and Muslims not being friends, and I was just pointing out that
no, but we are kuffar.
People of the book.
We are kuffar.
I'm sorry?
We are kuffar in the Quran, correct? Are we kuffar? The Christians, are they kuffar in the Quran or not?
The ones who believe that Jesus is God, kuffar, of course.
So don't tell me Christians are your friends. You see, we are kuffar. We are called dogs. We are called monkeys.
Here's the thing. There's different sects in Christianity.
You see how hypocrite there's only
some
one
Christians
Christianity.
tell me they believe Jesus is God. Some Christians tell me that God...
Let me put you on hold. Listen. All Christians in this world exist believe Jesus is God. And your Quran says whoever believes that Jesus is God is a kuffar. So you cannot take the kuffar as a friend. You can take only the Christians who believe Jesus is just a prophet, and those are Muslims. Those are not Christians. Now your mic. Go ahead. You believe you can take the Christians who are your friends, as you said, from those who believe Jesus is not God. Now, who is the Christian in the world who believe Jesus is not God? Tell me. Hello?
I can name many.
Name. Go ahead.
The thing is,
No. Name one Christian.
There's Catholics, there's Pentecostal, there's
Lady,
There's-
don't lie. The Catholic believe that Jesus is God, and you are lying. There's not even one Christian in the world believe that Jesus is not God. Now, this is mean you cannot take anyone as a friend unless he believes Jesus is not God. Great, I got my point now. It's mean all the American who they are Christians believe that Jesus is God is your enemy. Correct? Go ahead.
Okay, can I clarify?
Go ahead.
Okay. A kuffar is someone who does not believe in God. And Christians, you know, they obviously believe in God.
No.
Jews believe in God.
Let me
Muslims, of course.
Just wait. Your God says, لَقَدْ كَفَرَ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ ثَالِثَ ثَلَاثَةٍ. Chapter 5, verse number 73. Don't tell me they don't believe in God. They believe in God, but they share God with God. And those are the Christian. And here they are talking specifically about the Christian. Chapter 5, verse number 73. Now, why Muslims love to lie? Your mic. Go ahead. Why you are lying to us? Chapter 5.
How am I lying to you? I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you I have Christian friends. If I was lying, I'd be like, if I was lying, I'd tell you I have no Christian friends. I have no Jewish friends.
You have
but that
no
would be
friends.
a lie.
Trust me. I know it. You have no friends. You are lying to us. Chapter 5, verse number 73 says, لَقَدْ كَفَرَ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ ثَالِثَ ثَلَاثَةٍ. Those who believe that Allah is the third or one of the three, they are kuffar. He's talking about the Christian,
yes,
correct?
Those who associate, yes, they are. That's
so
what I said.
Kuffar.
Those who associate with God, it's like I said, shirk. Shirk is association with God.
So
but
we Christian
there
are
some Christians. No, I'm serious. I have a Christian friend who says that God is separate from Jesus. I don't know where she got the idea from, but she tells me she was raised.
Listen. Oh, this is the one you are taking him as a friend, the one who don't believe. Do this Christian believe Jesus is God or not? Don't tell me about separate. Do this Christian believe Jesus is God or not?
They believe that God created Jesus. That's what she told me. That they are
God
separate.
Created Jesus.
My other
she is no Christian. This is a Muslim. This is your Muslim friend. This is your Muslim friend, and you are lying. There is no Christian in this earth. He believes that Jesus is not God. Jesus is not the Son of God. Jesus is created by Allah. This is what Muslims believe. So you are playing games, going around in a circle. The verse is very clear. And if you read the explanation or the book of Asbab al-Nuzul, you will see your prophet talking about us, the Christian. So simply, you are creating your own list of friends, calling them Christians, trying to play games. So let us make it clear. Anyone who believes Jesus is God is your enemy, correct? Correct?
What's correct?
Anyone who believes that Jesus is God, in Islam, he's an enemy to Allah, correct?
Allahu Alam.
Well, don't tell me Allah. Don't be a liar. The verse is very clear. It says they are kuffar.
I'm not a liar,
and the kuffar.
Because Allahu Alam means God only knows. And
only
that's
Allah knows. So what Islam is about? If nobody knows except Allah, so why Islam is exist? Islam is exist to teach you the truth, correct? The Quran says the kuffar are the enemy of Allah. Do you agree, or do you want me to show you the verse?
No, I know.
You know, so why you are saying
who am I to say that Christians are not going to heaven? I can't say that.
Listen. It is not you who's saying that. The Quran, chapter 5, verse number 73. لَقَدْ كَفَرَ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا. Those who they are Christian, they are kuffar. So we will go to hell. You like it or not, according to Allah. For me, I will be in heaven, and you will be in hell. You are changing the topic because you cannot answer.
Why do you think I'm gonna go to hell?
Because you are worshipping. Okay, how God can be a leg? You tell me how you worship.
Why do you think you just told me that I'm gonna go to hell? Why do you think I'm going to hell?
How you worship a leg?
I don't worship the lake.
Allah is a leg.
No, Allah created the lake.
No,
He is the creator.
He is the leg. Open chapter 68, verse number 42 right now. Read it.
Wait, chapter 68?
68, verse number 42.
68?
Verse number 42.
يوم يكشف عن ساق.
عن ساق.
That's the one you're talking about?
Right.
Where does it say that God is a lake?
This is the leg of Allah. Allah is a leg.
The lake of Allah.
Yeah.
Allah created the lake.
No, listen.
Every Muslim knows that. Every person knows that God's the creator.
Okay, lady. The saq in there is the saq of who?
I'm sorry?
The saq, the word saq means shem, correct? The word saq means shin. Okay.
Yes.
Allah will uncover the shin. This is the shin of who?
I think you're trying to twist the verse because the verse is trying to say that the lake worships God. It's sujood. It worships. The lake worships God. Every creation from God worships Him. The trees worship Him.
It says He will uncover one leg, not every leg. Read it. يوم يكشف عن ساق. One leg, one shin. And just to help you, go to the explanation of the verse. Why you don't do that? Go to Ibn Kathir, Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, Al-Jalalain, and you can go to Sahih al-Bukhari, the book of softening, the book of heart softening, Hadith number 6162. You will see they are asking him, Muhammad, are we going to see our God Allah? He said yes. He said, are you going in the day of resurrection? He said, do you crowd and squeeze each other on looking at the sun when it is not hiding by a cloud? They say no. He said, are you going to be crowd and squeeze each others when looking at the moon when it is full moon, full and not hiding by cloud? They said, no. Allah Apostle said, so you will see Him, your Lord, on the judgment day, on the day of resurrection. Similarly, Allah will gather all the people and say, whatever used to worship anything should follow that thing. And then to go down. Allah will come to them in a shape other than they knew, and they will say, and will say, he will say, I am your Lord. Who's talking now? Allah is coming in what? In a shape, which means a physical body. They will say, we seek refuge with Allah from you. The Muslims are rejecting Allah. Why? Because He is coming in a shape different from the one they knew. And then they continue. It says,
Sir?
Listen to the end. Listen to the end. I want to show you that Allah is going to uncover His shin. It is the shin of Allah. If you go down all the way, you will see it says, and then Allah will uncover His shin. يَكْشِفُ عَنْ سَاقِهِ. Your answer.
Can I respond?
By the way, are you in chat room? If you're in the chat room, I can show you the hadith there. Are you in the chat room?
Go ahead.
Are you in the chat room?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. Because I can help you and show you the hadith in there. Instead of
it would help if I could see it.
Oh yeah, I can put it in the screen, in the TV.
Okay. But I just am curious because we just read a verse together that said that anything that we associate with God is shirk, is a sin.
But this is God.
So how is the lake?
He is the lake.
How is us worshiping the lake part of Islam when I don't know one Muslim who says that we worship anything other than Allah? I don't know one Muslim who gets that idea. All Muslims know that God is one. That God created the lake to worship Him. God created the mountains to worship Him.
Did I say that this is not Allah? I said the opposite. I said the leg is Allah. I said the leg is Allah. I'm not saying your God Allah
is a creation of Allah.
Listen.
You get that right? Because if you say a lake is Allah, then you're saying that we are Allah, astaghfirullah.
No,
because we are His creation. You cannot say that, sir. You cannot. Because we are not God. We are His creation. We are His servants to worship Him. Just like the lake and the mountains are there to worship Him.
I am not talking about your leg. I'm talking about the leg of Allah. The leg of Allah. The only problem, I'm using different computer for my browser. So what I will do, I'm going to try to post it there or even send it by email to the other computer so they can receive it there.
Who's talking to me in the chat room?
Guys, if anyone in the chat room have the hadith about Allah leg, post it please in the room.
Are you saying, wait, hold on a second. You're saying leg?
What? Leg. Allah
You're
leg.
saying
Allah.
L-E-G, not lake?
Leg. L-E-G. Leg.
Oh my gosh.
Saq.
Okay.
Oh my God. This is what the Quran is saying. I'm not the one who's saying that.
No. What I'm saying is that we cannot only look at this and say that, this is how God looks like, or we cannot even picture or draw or even have an image of what God looks like.
Do you agree that this is how Allah look like now?
I'm sorry?
Do you agree that this is how Allah look like?
I don't know what God looks like.
Well, this is the leg. He is saying he's a leg.
You don't know what that leg looks like.
It doesn't matter. Who cares how it looks
Exactly,
like?
it does not matter. What matters is that God is more powerful than anything else, and that we have to worship
we are talking
Him.
about
Doesn't
Allah,
matter what God
lady,
looks like.
Lady,
Doesn't
we are talking about Allah being a leg, and now you just agreed that Allah is a leg. Or what you are saying? Oh, maybe he look.
No, I didn't say that. You said that. You said that Allah's a leg, right? And I said it doesn't matter because God is God. But you're taking that verse in that way.
The God is leg.
So in a way, you're kind of.
God
it says the shank. An saqin. It's saying the shank, not God is the shank.
So
it's
Allah
saying
have a,
the shank.
okay.
We don't know what that shank looks
so
like.
You are saying Allah have a
because we are
shank?
human.
So Allah have
and
a shank?
You can't say that it's a human shank. You cannot.
Listen. Allah has a shank. Do you agree?
Astaghfirullah. I cannot say.
What do you mean astaghfirullah? You just said that Allah, He has a shank.
Allah is unique. Allah is one, and
this is not the question. This is not the question, lady.
Put these
this is not the question.
In people's heads.
Lady, my finger is unique.
And even scholars cannot do that.
My finger is unique. Doesn't make my finger God. Correct? My finger, according to science, there is only one finger like my finger in this whole world, but doesn't make my finger God. So being unique is not a big deal. Secondly, we are talking about this shin. Why Allah He have a shin? And by the way, this is the hadith. I'm posting it to you in the room. In different name. You see it? Wadi 33, he's posting the hadith. This is the hadith. Open it. Allah, He have a shape and He have a physical. Sorry, I'm posting the wrong one. Sorry. Let me post the other one. Okay, here we go. This is the one. Open this one.
Where are you posting it?
Allah is a shin, and what you are saying to me.
Sir, in the Quran it says the day that the shank shall be laid bare. It does not say Allah is a shank. It says the day that the shank shall be laid bare, and they shall be summoned to prostrate.
Okay, read the hadith. You will see what your prophet meant. Your prophet speaking about seeing Allah. What they will see, they ask him, what we will see? He said he will uncover his shin. Read it. It's in front of you.
You cannot say his. You can't give descriptions to God. Even though it says in the Quran, the shank, you can't give a description to what the shank looks like. You know what I mean? Like you're focusing on something so small.
What's wrong with you?
You have to focus on the big picture. Focus that the main picture out of this verse is saying that the people will not be able.
That's
what it's trying to say.
It's not me who is saying his shin. It's your prophet. Are you saying your prophet is wrong? Read the hadith. Your prophet saying Allah will uncover his shin. Not me saying that. Now after you see it, then you have to agree with your prophet, and suddenly I was wrong before, I'm right now. Now why your prophet saying his shin?
What did you write now?
Why your prophet saying his shin? I'm giving you the hadith. Why your prophet saying?
Your writing religious is not in this room. I don't know what you're saying.
What do you mean writing religious? Which room you are in?
You're writing it.
Are you in the Christ is Lord?
In the room.
Are you in the Christ is Lord? Islam is false room? Are you in my room?
Yeah.
Are you in my room?
In the room that you're in right now.
Are you in my room?
Yes.
Okay.
You see my response?
You see, there's a guy, his name is Wadi. He's posting for you a link. Wadi 33. This is the link. Open it and read it.
I don't see the link right now.
Well, everybody is seeing it. How come you didn't see it? If you are in the room, you will see it.
There's
Sahih al-Bukhari.
I mean, I'm not even joking around. I can't even see the link.
What do you mean you don't see the link? Come on. Everybody can see it.
All I see is I tried to tell him, and he on Pal Talk, no. That's all I'm seeing.
What in Pal Talk?
What
are you talking about? Are you in Christ is Lord room? What is your name in Christ is Lord?
What?
What is your name? What is your name in the
Why does it matter
room?
what my name is?
What is your name? No, because I want to see if you are in the room or not. Because the room
in the room it's real.
Okay, everybody is posting the link.
Religious.
How come you don't see it? Everybody is posting the link. They are flooding the room with the link. How come you don't see it?
I don't know.
Are you in the room? It's called the Christ is Lord. Islam is false.
No.
This is
I am
room.
in.
No, go to my room. You are in the wrong room. Go to Christ is Lord. Islam is false. Okay, go in the social issue and the human right.
I cannot because I'm not a member.
You are not what?
A member.
You are not an A member, or are you calling from the Middle East? What do you
I'm not a member, so I cannot go in more than 2 chat rooms. And
well, go out of
letting
the chat.
me stay
Go out.
in Christian
Go out.
chat room.
Okay,
So if there's any way you can come in here and post
why you
it.
wanna stay there? Just leave that chat room so you can see the link. Don't you want to see it? Your prophet
Yes,
saying.
but I don't know how to get to that one you're talking about.
Okay, this is why I'm asking you what your name, so we can invite you and we can add you.
Okay, did you?
Okay, go to the social issue. Ready? Close that room you are in. Go to social issue. Click at the human right, and then my room in the top.
Is it God chat?
No, it's called Christ is Lord, Islam is False Debate TV. Christ Debate TV. It's called Christ is Lord, Islam is False Debate TV. I don't know what is hard about this.
I'm looking in the chat rooms and I don't see it.
In the human right. Human right.
I still don't see it. He keeps saying he can't come here. He's on Pal Talk. I don't know what that means.
Who isn't here? Who cannot come here? What are you talking about?
Well, Brock, that's your name. I thought that was you talking.
My name is Brock. Who's Brock? Somebody is playing my voice.
Brock, the one that you
okay, lady.
messaged me.
There's many people they are playing my show in their rooms. Doesn't make them my room. My room is called Christ is Lord.
Okay, I cannot find that chat room. If I could find it, believe me, I would be there. But I can't find it for some reason.
Go to the social issue. It's very easy. You can find it. It's very easy. Social issue, human right, and my room in the top of the section. It's called Christ is Lord, Islam is False, Debate TV.
I'm just curious. Did you convert?
This is not our topic for now. Let us focus on our topic. How Allah is going to uncover His shin. Your God have a shin.
I know. I'm just putting it out there. I mean, if you're embarrassed to admit it, or
I'm trying to show you, not my words, to show you that you are wrong. This is your prophet saying that, and I'm trying to get you in here.
I don't agree with what you just said about my prophet.
It doesn't matter.
I would like it if you don't.
This is what Sahih Bukhari says. Who cares if you agree or not? This is what your prophet said, and you have yourself as a Muslim, you have to agree
and I
about
agree.
everything
I agree
Muhammad
with
said.
everything that my prophet says, and everything he says is right.
So, did we arrive to the point where you find that Allah is going to uncover His shin and He have a shin?
I agree that there's going to be certain people in heaven and Al-Firdaus that they're going to be lucky to even be near Allah, and Allah is going to try and uncover part of Himself, but people will be so.
Here we go. So now we agree that Allah have parts, and one of His parts is a shin, correct?
Allahu A'lam.
Well, yeah, I see. When you put a Muslim in the corner, he said, "You only Allah knows." What is
that? You know why, sir? Even though I understand it says on the Quran, but I don't. I personally don't put descriptions on God.
It's not you.
Christians, I know Christians. This is the difference between Islam and Christianity. Because Christianity, they draw Jesus and they worship Jesus, even though they don't know what He looks like.
No, we
know. That's what I don't understand. Is that they draw His face. Yes, they don't know what He looks like.
Lady, our God, He can come to us in any image He wants. And when we say Jesus is a man, He was a man. It doesn't matter how his face looked like exactly. Who cares? But He came as a man. But now we found that your God, Allah, is a leg. He have parts, which means He have a physical body. You rejected Jesus for being a man. You accepted Allah for being a shin?
No, I think that's what you're trying to say, and I'm not going to admit to anything like that because you're twisting my words.
You are the one who said Allah have parts.
And may God forgive you.
Okay, listen. Aren't you the one who agreed that Allah is going to show some of His parts?
I agree that Allah will try and uncover Himself. I did not say any parts. I did not say physical body. I did not say shape. I said He will try and uncover Himself, and the people will be lucky to even be near Him.
Lady, why Muslims always they deny what they say? A second ago you said Allah will uncover one of His parts.
He will try and uncover Himself. I said.
You said part.
He will try and cover Himself.
Okay, so Himself is a leg.
People will be able
great.
to
so Allah will uncover Himself. What is Himself? A leg.
No, you're saying that. I never said that. I said that in the Quran it says shank, but you cannot think that it's a leg. You cannot think that it's like a physical human leg. You can't think that because a leg to us, to humans, is different. It's
lady,
different.
so
it
you
might
agreed
be different
that
shape,
Allah
different
have
look.
a
You cannot
leg.
say leg.
Okay,
Sir.
leg of Allah is not unlike the leg of the human. No problem. But still he is a leg. He is the one, he described himself, not me. I'm not describing him as a leg. He called himself a leg. As long he called himself a leg, it means he is a leg. He knew himself better than me and better than you, correct? He called himself a leg. He is going to uncover his leg.
He didn't call himself a leg. That's if that is, that's a part of him. He's not a leg.
Here we go.
That's a part.
A second ago you said you did not say part of him, and now you are saying again a part of him. After 2 minutes you will say I did not say
I'm
a part.
I'm saying if what you're saying
about
the leg.
No
I'm
if.
saying if
no,
he's not
say if.
a leg. You cannot say like you can't. I don't give descriptions. I'm sorry. I just personally I don't have a description of what God looks like. I just pray to God.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Listen.
I have faith in Him. I trust Him. It doesn't matter to me what the physical parts of Him. He is just unique, and He is unlike anything, unlike any other being. He's the most powerful.
Just said you agreed that Allah is a physical. Allah, He has physical parts, and you Muslims, you rejected Jesus for being a physical, and you accepted Allah who come with parts.
No, we don't reject Jesus.
You rejected Jesus as God for He's being a man. You rejected Jesus as being God for being a man. You accepted Allah for being parts, and this is very funny. Now, if Allah have a leg, His leg is attached to what?
Exactly. This is why I don't answer this, because you're trying to have a conversation about something that is too complex for humans to think about. Humans don't know what God looks like. So I can't have a conversation with you when you're trying to make me say stuff about what God looks like when you don't know what He looks like. I don't know what He looks like. All it says is a part of the Quran. You cannot make me say things and give excuses for me to try and describe God, because I don't know what He looks like. Nobody does. All we can do is pray to Him and have faith in Him and know that He is the most powerful.
It is Allah saying He is a leg, not me. And you are running away from the question because simply this is exposed.
I'm not running away from it. You know why? I'm hesitant. I'm not running away from it. I'm hesitant
who created the parts
if I say something wrong, I will be held accountable, and I don't want to do that. If I don't know the answer to something, I'm not going to pretend to know the answer to something. I'm going to say Allahu Alam and leave it at that, because God knows.
You don't have an answer.
I don't know the answer to everything.
Okay.
God, everything happens for a reason, and I believe that.
Okay. The parts of Allah is created from what?
Nobody knows.
Maybe
that's the beauty of it.
Plastic?
God is unique.
Maybe plastic?
I'm sorry?
Maybe plastic?
Can I translate?
Maybe plastic. There's no translation. Plastic?
What did you just say?
Plastic, like plastic bag. He's made
plastic?
Maybe he's made it from rubber. Maybe he's made it from bricks.
I said nobody knows. Allahu Alam. I cannot put a description
But this is
on it.
Okay, can Allah be inside His creation?
Huh?
Can Allah be inside His creation?
Allahu Alam. But so far, as of now, He has never taken on a human form. That's what Muslims believe. He has taken on the form of a fire when He talked to Moses.
Listen,
I believe that. But a human form, mustahil.
Allah became a fire?
Mustahil. If you want, listen. I'm going to tell you something, because this is an example of what God does. If He wanted to send humans, He would.
Please, wait. You said Allah became a fire? Allah became a fire? Is that what you said? Repeat that again. Go ahead. Allah became a fire?
Okay.
Allah became a fire?
Allah took on the form of a fire to talk to Moses, and that's how He communicated to Moses.
Now, is fire a creation of God, or it's not?
Of course.
So Allah, He created Himself as a fire?
Allah's voice came from the fire.
No. You said He took the shape of a fire. You said He came to Moses as a fire.
Well, yes, His voice and His
He
form
came
was,
to Moses
was fire,
as a fire. Okay.
Yes.
Who is the one who created the fire?
Allah.
Okay. How Allah is the fire and Allah created the fire? So He created
Allah. He's Allah.
Allah created Allah?
He can do whatever He wants.
No. If He is a fire, who is God?
Allah. He made Himself.
Okay. He made Himself a fire. Okay. He made Himself a fire. So Allah have no problem to be transforming Himself to be a fire, correct?
Allah can do whatever He wants to do.
So can Allah be a man? Can Allah be a man?
If He wants to.
Yeah.
He'll do it.
So why he don't want to do it?
What do you mean? Why doesn't he want to do it? He never did it.
Why you are rejecting Jesus to be God if Allah can be a man?
You know why? Because I don't support shirk, and if you say that Jesus is God, that's shirk, and that's association. And
listen,
Muslims do not associate.
Listen, the idea of shirk is about worshiping many gods, correct? If Allah himself became a man, he's still Allah, correct?
No, not really. He's Jesus. That's what Christians think.
Okay, when Allah became a fire, now we have Allah and we have the fire, two God or one God?
Of course, there's only one God.
So when Allah became Jesus, is still God, is still Allah, is still one.
Yeah, not really, because most Christians say that there's a Trinity. He's stating that he's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So they're saying three things in one.
We have three
when there's
in
only
one
God. They can't associate.
Now you are saying to me,
that's how they get confused. Two in one. They say he's the Father.
You just agree.
How can he be the? How can he be the?
This way. I'll put you on hold. Allah and the fire. You agreed they are two, but they are one. How two they became one? Explain to me. Go ahead. How the fire and Allah is one? They are two. Fire is fire and Allah is Allah. How Allah and fire is one?
Because Allah can do whatever He wants to do. I just said that.
So Allah can be whatever He wants.
Exactly. And I don't.
Just wait again. I will put you in hold. Allah can do whatever He wants. This is what your answer. But now you don't want to count. You count them two when you want, no problem. But you count them two is a problem in the other hand. So Allah can do whatever He wants. He can be two, He can be three, He can be four, He can be five. But Allah in Christianity cannot be Jesus and Father and Holy Spirit. Why is that? Go ahead.
As I was saying, God can do whatever He wants to do.
But He cannot
and
be.
I don't reject and I don't
Jesus,
deny
correct?
that God
Allah can be
form,
God. God can be whatever He wants, but He cannot be Jesus. Correct? This is hypocrisy. God can be whatever He wants, but He cannot be Jesus. He can be a fire. He can be Allah and fire. They are two, but still it is one. But Allah cannot be Jesus.
He was not Jesus. That's what I want to say.
No problem. I'm not arguing about that.
Hold on.
I'm saying.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Okay, we will put her on hold. She asked for a few moments, maybe, to get a drink or something. And I hope you guys are enjoying our show. And actually, I have to respect this lady. She is better than all the Muslims I met. She is speaking nicely, and she is trying to defend her religion. She's not calling names. She is not, she is trying to be somebody defending her religion. And I respect her for that, which is weird. I never saw a Muslim doing that before. Yeah, go ahead. So Allah can be two, can be fire.
What haven't you seen a Muslim done before?
I'm saying I never saw a Muslim like you is not cursing, not calling names when he called me.
Oh.
Like usually Muslims do what they do. So I'm saying to people that are listening to me, I'm saying she's a good lady, she's nice, and she is unique. I never saw a Muslim.
And I know you're a man too. I know all of you have a good heart, and you guys are just asking questions, but I'm trying to give you the answers as best as I can. Okay. So now what we reach me and you to a point that Allah can be a fire and can be Allah at the same time, which means they are two in one. But Allah cannot be Jesus and Allah, which means they cannot be two in one. Correct? Correct.
So why is that? Isn't it? What do you think? This is a contradiction?
Because we Muslims believe that Jesus never died. He was raised, and a man replaced him on the cross, and his body was raised to God. And God has stated in the Quran multiple times, and the Quran came after Christianity, and this is why another reason why it came after Christianity, because Christians started saying that Jesus is God. They started putting that in the Bible, but the Quran says that whoever says Jesus is God you're associating something with God. You're not saying the right thing. You're not saying
fire
they're misunderstood. That's what I'm trying to say.
Now you accepted Allah. Allah became many Allah, and still you are associating. Allah became
many Allah.
Yeah, Allah became a fire. This is another Allah. How many Allah you have?
No. He is still one. No matter what he does, he's still one. But the only time, from what I know, is that he took on a form was with Musa. He never did it after that.
Correct.
And
you remind me. The Quran says that Allah even spoke to Moses from the tree as a tree. Correct.
Well, from what I know, he spoke from the fire. I don't know about the tree part. I don't know if
he
it's in the
spoke to
Bible,
Musa.
maybe, but
it says من الشجرة المباركة, from the blessed tree.
hold on.
Allah spoke from the blessed tree. If you want me to give you the verse, this is chapter 28, verse number 30. فلما آتاها نودي من شاطئ الوادي الأيمن في البقعة المباركة من الشجرة. You see, the voice is coming exactly from the tree. So Allah became a tree. What the tree said? أن يا موسى إني أنا الله رب العالمين. That's me, Allah, the God of people. The tree. Allah became a tree. So why is that? Now Allah became a fire, Allah became a tree, and Allah is a leg, and there is many Allah. You know, when Allah became a tree, what happened to the leg?
What happened to the leg?
Yeah.
What do you mean what happened to the leg?
Well, he is a leg, he have a leg. What happened to his leg? Still there?
You talking about Allah?
Yeah, Allah have a leg. You agree that Allah have a leg. When Allah became a tree, as the verse says, what happened to the leg?
It does not have to show if Allah doesn't want it to show. Whatever Allah wants to do, it will happen.
This is not a question. Allah became a tree, Allah became a fire, but Allah is a leg. What happened to the leg? Still there? Or
I never said that Allah is a leg. I said that maybe a part of him is a shank.
No problem.
Maybe
okay.
that's one part of him, but
part.
he's not.
No problem.
That's
his
not.
Parts.
I can't describe him like.
Lady, I'm not asking.
I'm sorry,
you,
but I cannot.
Lady.
I can't describe what he looks like. I just can't.
Please,
I can't give him. He's not like a human being. I can't describe what he looks like, what features he has, because it's beyond my mind. I can't think to that. No one can. So I can't say he's a leg or.
Lady, I'm not asking you to describe him. Simply, I'm saying, as long as you agreed Allah have parts, what will happen to Allah parts when he became a tree? Is still there?
He will hide them. If he wants to hide them, he will hide them. If he wants to, whatever he wants to do.
What do you mean hide them? Which means he will put them in the bag or something?
That's the miracle of it. He has that power. He has that power to do whatever he wants to do.
To be Allah a leg, to be Allah parts, to be Allah the fire, to be Allah the tree, but Allah cannot be Jesus. Isn't it amazing?
Because
I lost your voice, by the way. Do you hear me?
As was created.
Okay, repeat again, please.
He was not.
Lady, repeat again. Your voice cut. We did not hear. Repeat again, please.
I was saying he's a man. He's a human being, just like this is what I'm saying. My belief.
Okay,
you don't have to agree with it.
The tree is created too. The tree is a tree. How the tree became Allah?
I know what you're trying to say. If he took on a tree, if he's a flame, why can't he be human? But I'm just saying, why can't he take the form of a human? I'm not denying that Allah can take the form of anything, even a human being. Mm-hmm. But we just believe that specifically Allah was not Jesus. Allah was never walked.
I'm not saying, by the way, Allah is Jesus, and I don't want Allah to be my Jesus anyway. Actually, if Jesus is Allah, I'm going to leave Christianity because Allah is very ugly for me. But I'm trying to prove to you. The point is that
but don't Christians believe that?
The Christians believe what? You are telling me
that
Allah can
Jesus
be a
is
father.
God.
Yes, I am a Christian. I believe Jesus is God, but not Allah. Allah is different God. Allah is a fake God, does not exist. And the proof, as you see, the contradiction. Allah is a
So what's the difference?
Allah have a part.
Isn't God
Allah
God?
have a part.
God is just one.
Our God, the real way He is not a leg. He is not a man, and He is not a human. When we say Jesus Christ is the Son of God, God is simply, if you go to chapter 1 in the Bible, in verse number 1, it says, in the beginning it was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God. Then if you go all the way to verse number 14,
yes, Genesis, it talks about how the earth is God and God is earth. And that they are
not
God.
True. No, true.
But
the word of God
that's
is not
the
earth.
thing. That's why it's so hard for many people to understand.
The word of God is not earth. Earth is not the word of God.
I know, but I know what it says because I've read the Bible, Genesis part, and I know what you're trying to say, that it's part of Him and He is part of the earth or something like that.
Let me ask you.
Along those lines.
Does the Quran
that it's all one.
Does the Quran say that Jesus is holy?
That Jesus is what?
Holy.
Holy?
Yeah.
He's he definitely had spiritual like powers. Spiritual. He was able to heal.
No, this is
So
the
in
question.
that aspect, he's holy in that aspect, but he's just a
There's one
human
aspect
being.
really. Holiness
It's like
have one
Muhammad. Muhammad was, we regard him as holy.
He was? Show me
Because
one verse. Show me one verse saying Muhammad is holy.
Well, I'm saying we Muslims regard him as someone holy, pure, because
So
the
you are
angels
doing
cleaned
something
his
is not in
heart.
your book. You are doing something against Allah teaching. Allah in the Quran says.
No, I'm saying we see him as pure because the angels cleaned his heart, and there's
listen.
there's a hadith
If Allah,
that I believe,
we will talk about
when the angels cleaned his heart, and that's why we see him as someone pure.
How the angel cleaned his heart? Can you tell us, please?
Hold on.
Are you there? Welcome everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying our show. And now the lady, she's going to tell us how Allah cleaned the heart of Muhammad. And you will hear a very unique story about the cleaning of Muhammad's heart, which is a very unique story. By the way, if there's somebody have the hadith in the room, please post it in the room about how Allah cleaned the heart of Muhammad, so everybody can share and everybody can see. Yeah, maybe the Muslims trying to disturb her, so she don't talk to us, because it's very clear that they are saying things is not going good for the benefit of Allah. Because we just found that Allah can be anything, can be a leg. He's a leg actually, can be a fire. He was a fire, and he was a tree, but he cannot be Jesus. So Muslims have no problem with God being anything, but don't tell me he's Jesus. It's about just rejecting Jesus. It's about hating Jesus. Allah maybe can be a goat, because she said he can be anything he wants, but he cannot be Jesus. As simple as that. Then we ask ourselves, why Allah cannot be Jesus? Oh, I have the answer. Because Jesus is too holy for Allah to be in Jesus. This is the only way I see. I don't know where she go, and I hope maybe by the end of today she will think 100 times before she stay as a Muslim, and mostly she might be out of Islam very soon. We showed you today how easy it is to prove.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead. I was asking you.
Okay.
How Allah.
Yeah, hold on. I have to switch rooms because my family is trying to sleep, so I have to go in the other room.
I understand.
Hold on.
No problem. Okay, I will put some music. Don't go, please. Just until you come back, and I will get some water. Welcome everybody, and we are live on Debate TV. Music not working. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Hello?
Okay, welcome back. Just put music until you come back. Okay,
hold on 1 second again. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, hold on.
No problem. Please, guys, invite your friends, everybody in the chat room. And our room having only 45. So we have more 60 names, guys, invite, so we can have more people in here.
Okay, like I was saying.
Okay. Now, before we continue, please. How Allah did clean the heart of Muhammad? Can you explain to us?
How does what?
How Allah cleaned the heart of Muhammad.
How is Allah at the top?
You said to us that Allah cleaned his heart. from sin, correct?
Oh, no. The angels cleaned his heart. They came and cleaned his heart from all.
How?
How?
Yeah.
They came to his house and they opened up his chest.
Okay.
They took his heart out and they cleansed it and they put it back in.
So they made a surgery?
They made a what?
Surgery?
It's part of the miracle. They did whatever they did.
Okay.
And I mean, they're angels. It's not like.
Yeah, but do I need to clean your heart from sin? Clean you from sin. Do I need to make a surgery, cut your chest?
It was like a surgery, yes. They took his heart out and they.
Yeah, but I mean, doesn't make sense.
It back in.
What washing your chest from inside have to do with sin?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Okay, if I let us say I swallow, I cut my chest and I put a Clorox in there and all those kind of detergent to make me very shiny from inside. Is that going to clean me from sin?
That's the thing. It's not like maybe how you think it is, like surgery, like how we do it nowadays, where we have to have medicine or something to heal us. They're angels, and with their miracle, with the power of God, they purified it and they closed his chest, and it's just part of the miracle. It's just like other miracles that God has done. They purified him.
If you read the hadith, it says that they cut his chest and they install a dish of wisdom. Have you ever heard about a wisdom come in dishes? This is in Sahih al-Bukhari, the book of heart, hadith number 6162. They say, sorry, this is different hadith, sorry. Let me give you the real hadith I'm talking about. The hadith says that they open his chest and they put in it a dish of wisdom. This is hadith, the book of dry pollution, hadith number 346 in Sahih al-Bukhari. Now, have you ever heard about wisdom come in dishes?
From what?
The hadith says that they cut his chest from his throat all the way to his cubic. Okay, and they have with them a dish made of gold full of wisdom and faith. Now, have you ever heard about dish is full of wisdom and faith? Have you ever heard about somebody bringing to you, like if I open the fridge of angels, they have dishes of faith and wisdom? I never heard about faith come in dishes.
It's more of a, you're supposed to read it more of a symbol of.
It's not simple.
It's not literal. It's not a material.
No,
it's not something that you can put in. It's more of an emotion of feeling of.
What emotional? It says a dish of gold.
It's
full of faith and wisdom. And you are the one who said this is a real surgery. It's not a spiritual thing. It's a real surgery.
Well, it's something from God, and
so
if God has chosen Muhammad to give him faith and wisdom and purity, then He will give it to him. And
okay, do God need to make a surgery for my chest to make me have faith?
No, because we have a choice, and it's our duty to seek knowledge.
Then if Allah
that's the difference between us and the prophets, because the prophets were chosen. The prophets had certain abilities that they could do.
Muhammad did not choose Allah. So Muhammad did not choose Allah. It is Allah who chose Muhammad, and Muhammad had been forced to be a Muslim.
Yes, Allah chose Muhammad.
But Muhammad, he didn't want to be a Muslim. Allah forced him to be a Muslim.
That was if you want to talk about when the Quran was revealed. That was when he was.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you are saying it's Allah chose Muhammad, but not Muhammad choosing Allah, it's mean Muhammad, he did not become a Muslim. It is Allah who forced him to be a Muslim.
But all prophets also have a choice of going on with the message or not. Just like
how he can be that?
Just like Yunus, he was impatient. He was swallowed by the whale because he became impatient. The people didn't listen to him. He was swallowed by the whale, and then he became patient. The people listened to him. And Musa, of course, he had trouble, leading the Jews across, Egypt, and he had people against him. But they also have a choice to go on with the message, or if they're impatient, they also have that right to be impatient and to kind of refuse it in a way, the message. And they have a right to they are able to disobey God, just as we are able to disobey God. Okay, they are not perfect. They are not like robots. They are not forced to send a message. They're not forced.
Did Muhammad disobey God?
I'm sorry?
Did Muhammad disobey God?
No. Astaghfirullah. No.
What do you mean,
He's
no, no,
human
no?
being.
What if I show you? What? I'm not saying he's God. I'm saying, did Muhammad disobey God?
Is he what?
Did he disobey God? Did your prophet?
Oh, okay. Did he disobey God?
Yeah.
From what I read, there were times where he became conflicted and he became emotional and sad and depressed and hurt.
So what the benefit then of the dish of
from
wisdom?
From what I know, he has not disobeyed God. He has sent the message of Islam and it's been spread.
But what is the benefit?
If you want to show me a verse, I'll be glad to see the verse.
Well, lady, what the benefit of dish of wisdom and faith if your prophet he was not obeying God many times as the Quran report?
When did he not obey God?
As an example, Allah says to him, why you are forbidding to yourself what I allowed you to do? And this is about having sex with his slaves. Allah,
with his what?
Okay, chapter 66, verse number 1. Chapter 66, verse number 1. التحريم. يا أيها النبي لما تحرم ما أحل الله لك تبتغي مرضات أزواجك والله غفور رحيم. The prophet, he forbid himself from having sex with his slaves. Some story says he forbid himself from eating honey. He took an oath not to take honey again. Now this is against Allah, simply because Allah allowed honey to be eaten. Now the verse saying that Allah saying to him, why you are forbidding something is allowed. He's breaking the law of Allah.
That's what I meant by him being human. He's not perfect. And if you read a hadith about his heart, he was not fully cleansed. There were still some black spots left in his heart. And those black spots represented.
But this is after, lady. This is after he been washed. Those mistakes after this is. If you read the hadith, they cut his chest when he was 10 years old, not when he was a man. So this is mean that he long before he became a prophet, he is already being cleaned. And now we are seeing that Muhammad after cleaning, he's no different.
He's not fully perfect. He's not.
I'm not talking about being perfect.
When the angels came to cleanse him, they didn't cleanse him.
Okay, listen. Did the Quran say he is doing sin? Did the Quran say Muhammad is a sinner and he was doing sin?
Was he a sinner?
Yeah.
Before the Quran came, he did.
No, after the Quran came.
The whole people, it was times of Jahiliyyah. So
no. I'm talking about him as a prophet.
Because you have to understand that, sir. Before the Quran came,
Lady, I'm not talking about before.
He was he was in his 40s. So everything he did up until then did not follow the Quran.
I'm not talking about before.
So you can't judge him. You can't judge him his actions before the Quran came down.
Lady, I'm not talking about before. I'm saying after he became a prophet. After he became a prophet. Do the Quran say that Muhammad was a sinner?
A sinner?
Yeah.
No, he was not a sinner.
When the Quran say clearly, lady.
He made mistakes. He made mistakes.
No. It says what the word dhunub mean?
I'm sorry.
What the word dhunub in Arabic mean? Translate in English.
Zanub?
Dhunub. Dhanb.
Zanub? It's almost like a fault, kind of.
Dhanb is a fault now? Not a sin?
Not a fault, but it's more of like we cannot always resist temptation because we're human. So Janub is like
is sin or not?
Sometimes you
don't tell me some.
You can't always help yourself from.
I can show you the translation. Even the translation saying your sin. Why you are playing with it? Dhanb means sin, correct?
Can you say it again?
Dhanb means sin.
Sin?
Sin, yes.
But
as an example, to prove to you it's sin. To prove to you it's sin.
A sinner. It's a sinner is someone who sins.
Lady, I'm a scholar.
And does not repent.
I'm not a kid. Chapter 55, verse number 39. فَيَوْمَئِذٍ لَا يُسْأَلَ عَنْ ذَنْبِهِ إِنسٌ وَلَا جَانٌ. He will not be asked for his sin.
Let me see the verse. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on.
You can go, I can give you many. Go to chapter 51, 59. Anything you want. Or go to chapter 67, verse number 11. Go to 67, 11. As long as this is the last one we mentioned.
What verse did you say it is?
67, 11.
65?
67.
67.
Yeah, verse number 11.
11.
Okay.
فاعترفوا Is that where
Right.
they will then confess their sins?
So you see the word them became sin. So them means sin, correct?
Okay. Then show me the verse what you were talking about.
Now we go to when they are talking about Muhammad, you will see your God Allah saying, لِيَغْفُرَ لَكَ اللَّهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِكَ وَمَا تَأَخَّرَ. Chapter 48, verse number 2.
Chapter
48, verse number 2.
48, number 2. Okay.
Okay. Read it.
That Allah may forgive thee thy faults of the past and those to follow, fulfill His favor, and guide thee on the straight way. He's talking about people.
No, this is about Muhammad, lady.
Where do you think he's talking about Muhammad? He's talking about
read the explanation. He's talking to who? لَغْفُرْ لَكَ. Laka, to you. There's one person. He's talking to who?
Laka can also be plural. You.
No, lady. No.
As in all of us.
No,
Laka.
lady. No,
yes,
lady.
it can.
No.
Yes, it can. Allah is like to forgive you. It says, so the English translation, that Allah may forgive thee, as in all of you, plural, as in you.
No, lady. Open the explanation.
When I say you, it can be single or it can be plural.
Okay, let us
when I say you guys or you.
Let us not waste your time and my time. Open the explanation. What explanation you want?
It does not, but sir, I want you to know that this verse does not say Muhammad's name.
Lady,
you cannot put Muhammad's name in this verse and pretend like it's talking about Muhammad.
Which explanation you accept? Ibn Kathir, Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, Al-Jalalain, which one?
The Quran version that I'm using?
No, the explanation. Because to understand if this is about Muhammad or not, we have to go to the explanation. What explanation you like me to provide you? Ibn Kathir, Al-Qurtubi, Al-Jalalain, Al-Tabari.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Bukhari.
Bukhari is not explanation. Bukhari is hadith. I'm saying explanation.
Well, give me a hadith from Bukhari.
What about
what you're saying about Muhammad and his sins, or give me any type of evidence where you think that Muhammad's a sinner, because you haven't proven that.
Lady, this is in the Quran. And read Ibn Kathir. Open Ibn Kathir. It says, I'm going to post the link in Arabic as long as you speak Arabic. This is the link in the room. Are you in the room right now or still not outside? Are you in our room?
Which verse are you talking about?
Are you in our room or not yet? Did you join us in our chat room? Christ is Lord?
I think I still am in the room. I don't know.
No. Go out of any room you are in and go to the social issue, please. Click at the human right, our room all the way in the top. There's 140 something in it. And there it says Christ is Lord, because I want to show you the link so you can read with me. Can you do that?
Okay. Can you have somebody from the station send it to me on the Christian chat room, because I tried looking for the social issues and I couldn't find that specific
Why you cannot find
chat room you were talking about.
Click at all rooms, and then click at social issue and politics. Do you see that?
Okay.
Do you see it?
Trying to look at the top, but I don't see.
Click at all rooms.
Social issue.
And go down. You see future room, help, show and event, friends, love, romance, radio and TV, social issue and politics. Do you see it?
It's under rooms.
Yeah. Did you click at all rooms?
Okay, hold on.
What is the chat room you are in? What's the name of the chat room?
I'm still in the Christian chat room right now.
What is the name of the chat room?
It's called Christian chat room.
Where is that? Do you know in the Christian section?
It's labeled Christian. It should just say Christian.
This is in Paltalk? This is in Paltalk?
I don't know. Go in there maybe. Or
in Yahoo or where? Where are you?
It's the room where that name Labrak is in with me, and I don't know.
Are you in Paltalk?
Maybe he can show you.
Are you in Paltalk program?
I thought you were Labrak, to be honest, because he gave me the number to your.
No problem. But are you in Paltalk program?
I'm sorry?
Are you in the program called Paltalk?
Alpo?
Paltalk?
Hold on. It's too loud here. Hold on.
Paltalk. P-A-L talk.
Okay, what were you saying?
Are you in the program? It's called Paltalk?
No.
So you see, you are in different programs. So this is why you will not find me. Anyway, try to download Paltalk later. And you can join my
Paltalk?
Yeah, this is no problem now. For now, lady, the hadith,
Okay, hold on.
Mute the room, please. Mute any room you are in. If you go to Ibn Kathir and read the explanation of the verse, it says, this is about the prophet that Allah is saying to him, Allah forgive you for your past sin and your coming sin. If you go to Al-Jalalain, it says this is about the Prophet forgiving him for his past sin and his coming sin. And you will see the verse number 2 saying, and Allah will give you victory. You see it? وَيَنْصُرُكَ اللَّهُ. Allah will give you victory. So this is about Muhammad, not about anyone. And you can go to any explanation you want. Chapter, the same chapter like At-Tabari. You will see it's the same. It's about Muhammad. It says, إِنَّ حَكَّمْنَا لَكَ يَا مُحَمَّدْ حُكْمًا, etc. So it is about Muhammad. فَيَغْفُرُ لَكَ بِفَاعِلِكَ ذَلِكَ رَبُّكَ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِكَ إلى آخره. If you go to the Al-Qurtubi, you see I'm changing explanation for you just to show you. All of them agree with me. This is about Muhammad. قال ابن الأنباري فتحا مبينا غير تام لأن قوله etc. And then he go down to where it says about his sin. واختلف أهل التأويل في معنى ذلك ليغفر لك الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر. And he's talking about Muhammad. So all is about Muhammad. So now, what Allah did when he washed the chest of Muhammad? Nothing. As you see, Muhammad was a sinner before, and Muhammad is a sinner after. Are you there? Hello? I don't know what happened to her. Are you there?
Yeah, hold on a sec.
Okay. Welcome everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying our live show. We have a live debate every night. We start at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we have an open line always for people to call and to share. And we welcome all nice people who they are looking for the truth, like this lady. And I'm really surprised. This is the first time I speak to a Muslim, as I said. But when he talked to me, he didn't curse me, he didn't threaten me, and he didn't say all kind of bad stuff. I think this lady, she is trying to search for the truth, and she's trying to do better. And I hope the Lord will show her the guidance.
Okay.
And she will see the truth. Okay, lady. So as you see, all the verses, all the explanation agreeing that this is about Muhammad. Ibn Kathir, Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, Al-Jalalain, whatever you want. So if all of them they agree about Muhammad, I think they are right, correct?
Which verses are you referring to?
The same verse, chapter 48, verse number 2.
How do you know they're about Muhammad if his name is not in the verse?
It says, they are saying there, and not me. Al-Qurtubi saying that, Ibn Kathir saying that, Al-Tabari saying that, Al-Jalalain saying that. Are you saying all of them they are lying?
But you're referring to a specific person, and
right.
Allah did not refer to a specific person in that verse, so you cannot you cannot put a name in there.
I'm not putting
that does not exist in the verse, sir.
Okay, lady. I'm not the one who's putting,
because they're God's words. You can't make them your words.
I'm not the one who put in the name. It is them, your scholars, saying this is about Muhammad.
Which part are you referring to? Can you explain which part of the verse?
Verse,
because each scholar is different. There's different interpretations.
Verse. Okay, read for me verse number 1. Chapter 48, verse number 1. This verse is to who?
Chapter 48?
Verse number 1. The first verse. Allah is talking to who?
Okay.
Allah is talking to who?
We have granted you. Lak is for else you.
You who?
You, including people, Muslims, anybody.
It's about
could be anybody.
Okay. Okay. What about open the explanation? Do you have an explanation book?
They have what?
Do you have any explanation book?
They have a destination?
Explanation.
Explanation?
Uh-huh.
What about the explanation?
Do you have any explanation book you can read for me from there to see this is about who?
What do I think of it?
Lady, I'm saying, do you have any explanation book? So that book will explain to us this verse about who? Do you have any book?
There's many people who have their opinions and what they think it's about.
No, but all the scholars agree this is about Muhammad, lady. Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad, saying it's Muhammad. Al-Qurtubi saying it's Muhammad. Ibn Kathir saying it's Muhammad. Al-Jalalain is saying it's Muhammad. Al-Tabari is saying it's Muhammad. So all the scholars are wrong. Not even one of them saying it's not Muhammad. Name for me one scholar saying this is not Muhammad.
It can include Muhammad.
No.
But it's not only about.
It is only
Muhammad.
About Muhammad.
This is less.
No,
it's about everybody.
No. Read what the explanation is saying. That's why I'm trying to invite you to my room so I can show you. If you go to altafsir.com, do you know the website altafsir.com? Altafsir.com, do you know it?
Which account?
Okay. Do you know?
I'm reading the verse right now, and what it's
No, I
telling
want to
me
show you
is
the explanation, because I'm not the one explaining the verse to you. I'm just giving you what your scholars saying. Those are the biggest scholars of Islam.
Well, what
And
you're
all of
trying to
them
tell me
saying,
is it's about Muhammad, but his name is not in there.
it doesn't matter. The whole chapter his name is not there. So what? Does that mean it's not about him? Allah only brought Muhammad to forgive his coming sin. Are you saying to me that Allah will forgive your coming sin too? Allah has given you a license for sin, saying to you, I will forgive your
if
past
you
sin?
repent,
No.
if you ask for forgiveness, he doesn't say that automatically. Like, if you sin, I'm going to forgive you.
It doesn't say there. If
he mentions, and those to follow in the future, the sins that you do in the future, if you repent,
where it says,
if you are guided on the straight way, inshallah, he will forgive you. It's not a guarantee. You have to work for it.
No. It says, لِيَغْفِرْ لَكَ اللَّهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ وَمَا تَأَخَّرَ. Where it says if you repent.
It says the faults of the past and those to follow.
Where it says if you repent.
Because in the verses after that, it's saying that and Allah may help you for help. And the ones that He has sent her, including the believers, and faith in their hearts, and knowledge and wisdom to know from right and wrong. We know what's between right and wrong. We know what's wrong.
It says,
and we know,
repent.
But we as Muslims, sir, we know that we're not going to get to heaven by just doing sins and not asking forgiveness.
You know nothing as wrong and as right, because the proof, your prophet, Allah installed wisdom in his chest. Not every Muslim he have wisdom in his chest. Only your prophet, Allah made a surgery for him to put wisdom. The rest of them, they don't have surgery, correct?
Right, he was chosen because he's a prophet.
Chosen for what?
That's why he had his heart purified.
Correct? Chosen to have the wisdom, correct?
Chosen to be purified, yes.
Purified. And so why the Quran? Let me show you a different verse, because you are trying to convince me that this verse is not about Muhammad, and I am sure every Muslim is listening to me. He knew exactly that this is about Muhammad. But you know what? I will go with it. The Quran.
Like I said, it can be about Muhammad, but it's not specific. It doesn't have a name, and you can't put a name in a verse if there's no name in there. It's saying lek, and lek is very vague. Lek can be you. Lek can be me. Lek can be all of us.
No, lady, if you speak Arabic, if you know Arabic,
it does not say لَيُغْفِرْ Muhammad Allah. It says لَيُغْفِرْ lek, and you can't put a name in replace of lek.
Your Arabic is very weak. I can tell. Leka is for individual, one. Lakum is for many. You cannot say leka.
Okay. But it does not say Muhammad. You can't, at the same time, you still can't put that name in there. You still can't make that judgment, because who are we to say? God didn't say, okay, you say the Quran this way. You follow the Quran, but you don't look at that one verse and you say, okay, this is exactly what it means, and you pretend like that's exactly what it means.
Okay,
because if the name is not in there, you can't pretend like he's talking about Muhammad. You just can't.
Okay, I'm not the one.
You have to take it as it is. You have to take it. Look at the message. Look at what it's trying to tell you. Look at what God's trying to tell you. That God will forgive you, and God will help you if you help yourself. That's the message of this verse. That He will guide you on the straight way. That's the message. That you have to look at the whole picture, not just, this is about Muhammad and that's it. And He will forgive his sins in the future and the past.
So let us
if there's no name, you can't be that sure. You're not 100% sure,
okay, no
sir.
problem.
And neither am I. That's why I'm telling you, I'm not sure.
We are trying.
Because if there's no name, Muhammad, you can't. And his name, if Allah wants to put his name, He will put it. Because Muhammad's name is in the Quran.
So
why didn't He put it in? Why didn't He put it instead of left?
What's your name again? What's your name?
I'm sorry?
What's your name again?
Could I say it again?
What is your name?
Why does it matter what my name is?
No, so I can call you. I don't know what to call you, really. Give me any name you want.
Janine.
Janine, no problem. Tomorrow, call me to my show, and the first thing you tell me that you did search and you find the answer for this verse. Do you promise me?
Did I call the show?
Tomorrow, call me after 8 Eastern Time, and the first thing you will do, you will tell me that I did search for this verse to see it's talking about what. And you will see, if you do your search today and tomorrow, that this verse is about Muhammad. Do we have a deal?
Okay, I agree, but I want to know what your point is.
Okay.
Whether it's about Muhammad or not, what's your point? What
chapter
are you trying
40,
to
Chapter
prove?
40, verse number 55. It's about who?
It's about what?
chapter 40, verse number 55.
Surah 40?
40, verse number 55.
Hold on. Okay.
It's about who?
The day when no prophet will it to be wrongdoers to present their excuses. It's talking about the day of judgment and
About who? It says, you know, ask God for forgiveness for your sin. Who? He's talking to who?
the verse is talking about the people and their sins.
No, listen, it says
about the day of judgment. What do you?
لذنبك, one individual. ذنبك, not ذنبكم. Read it.
Are you in Surah Al-Ghafir, Surah 40?
Surah Ghafir, verse number 55. واستغفر
55.
Verse number 55.
Okay.
Verse number 55. Chapter 40, verse number 55.
Okay.
غافر. فاصبر إن وعد الله حق واستغفر لذنبك وسبح. Who is the one Allah saying to him, ask Allah for forgiveness?
Allah.
Okay, who is the one who's going to be forgiven? Allah is making sin? Are you there?
Wait, here's the thing though. The verse before it, 54, is Hudan wa dhikra la'ulil, and then it's saying, basically is a guide and a message to men of understanding.
No, this is not the question.
It's men of it's saying men.
Who is the one?
54.
Lady?
And after that, it's talking about forgiveness. Do you see what I mean? You have to tie it together because 54 is saying a message to men. It's not saying a message to a specific person. It's saying men plural. And then it says 55
listen, the verse
of Allah is
verse
true.
number 55. First the Quran.
And if you go to 56, Inna alladhina is those, plural, who dispute about the signs of Allah, those who deny it, refuse it. Alladhina. So this surah is not about Muhammad. Each verse is different.
Continue. No, continue.
You can't be like, this whole surah is about Muhammad. You can't. Because alladhina is plural.
About Muhammad. Lady, come on. You know, tomorrow you will call me again. Put a note. Make a note, please.
But sir, how do you how can you say it's about Muhammad if it says Inna alladhina?
Can you make a note, please? Can you make a note? Write it down, and tomorrow you call me, and you will say to me, you were right about them, both of them. Until now, I gave you two. Correct?
You want to talk about the verses?
Yeah, I gave you two verses. Two chapters.
Tomorrow I have night class. I'm going to be home really late.
Can you take a note? Can you take a note?
Whenever I can, inshallah. Whenever I can, I'll call in.
Take your time. Take your time and call me when you get the answer to my show, and you will see it says this is about Muhammad. Now let me take you to the different chapter. Chapter 47.
Surah 47?
Right.
47. Hold on.
Yeah. This is the chapter of Muhammad himself. The name of the chapter is Muhammad. Okay. Now, who is this verse saying, ask God for forgiveness?
Who is what?
Who is the one there is asking God for forgiveness? Allah saying to him, ask Allah for forgiveness.
In this surah, give me the verse.
I gave you the verse. Verse number 19. Chapter 47, which is Muhammad.
Number 19?
Verse number 19.
Number 19.
And now you are the one who asked me for Sahih, right? Hadith. There it says in the explanation, في صحيح البخاري, it says, the Prophet used to pray, asking, saying, Allahumma aghfir li khati'ati wa jahli wa israfi fi amri. Allah, forgive me for my sin and ignorance and spreading money, or israfi, I don't know how to translate it. Like if somebody is spending too much money or wasting a lot of money, they call it israf.
I see the verse, and I see that it says, astaghfir, and then it says forgiveness for thy faults. Okay, I could see how you think it's about Muhammad, but there's a note, there's a little footnote on the bottom of the text.
What is the name of the chapter?
It says,
what is the name of the chapter?
To that ayah, it says, there's a note to ayah 19. It says, the men, right here, the time and manner of conducting ourselves at home, and we are all judged. It says we are all judged for our moral
This is not by who? This is not by who, lady?
But it says we must seek Allah's help and guidance.
This is the note of who?
It's the same ayah. It's number 19.
No problem. Note made by who? You said there is a note. Made by who?
They what?
You said there is a note in that verse. Note made by who? Note made by
There's
who?
there's like a footnote. There's
Who
numbers
made it? Who
by
made
the
it?
ayah.
Who made it?
What do you mean who made it?
Who,
Scholars.
Scholars. So
Those who have studied this religion.
okay,
and like I said,
what is the name of the scholar?
not even
Lady,
the most intelligent scholar
what is the name
cannot
of the
be
scholar?
perfect in the meaning.
Lady, what is
Because
the name?
these are God's words. So you
Lady,
can't even compare the highest scholar with God's words.
what
Like I
is
said, nobody knows exactly 100%.
What is the name of the scholar? Can you give me his name?
What is the name?
The name of the scholar who made that note.
Okay, hold on one sec. I will give you it. Okay. It says a name, Abdullah Yusuf Ali.
Great. Let us go to you, Abdullah Yusuf Ali.
And
as long you are
he was the one who translated and commented on the Quran. The one
as long you are reading from Abdullah Yusuf Ali, now let us go to Abdullah Yusuf Ali and read each verse I gave you before this verse about what he said, because it's very weird. You did not mention to me in the verses before anything about Abdullah Yusuf Ali, because we can go and see what Abdullah Yusuf Ali is saying about the other verses I gave you. Is that fair? As long you are reading from Abdullah Yusuf Ali, we will go, me and you, and we will see what Abdullah Yusuf Ali is saying about those verses. Now, I mentioned to you before.
Sounds fair enough.
No problem. Let us go back, and let us go to, let me first open Abdullah Yusuf Ali. 47, and we go.
Are you looking at the same ayah, number 19?
Yeah, I'm going to look. Just wait a second, please.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I am in the page of Abdullah Yusuf Ali. Here we go. Thanks to the internet.
Okay.
So we can share together the same.
Do you see four numbers? 48, 42?
I see there it says V9 CFXL, correct? And then it says the time and the mirror contradiction of yourself.
Yes.
It's no problem. Okay. We must seek Allah guidance. Let us stay in the. I'm going to go to different verse, one of the ones I showed you, and I'm going to see what Abdullah Yusuf Ali is saying about that. We will go to chapter 40, verse number 55. 40.
Number 455?
40, 55.
455, right?
Yusuf Ali.
Okay. 455. Okay.
Okay, let's see what he's saying there, if he's saying anything.
فَمِنْهُمْ مِنْ.
Okay.
Are you looking at فَمِنْهُمْ مِنْ آمَنُوا?
No. I'm talking about 40, 55, not 4. 40, 55.
Oh, can you repeat the number of the surah?
Chapter 40, Ghafir, verse number 55.
Okay, 40, 55. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now this is, let's see what he's saying there in English.
Fasbir.
Okay, does it say there prophet? Anything about the prophet? Chapter 44, verse number 50.
Chapter 44.
Verse number 50.
Okay, hold on. Number 50, okay.
Sorry. Just I was talking about chapter 40, verse number 55. Sorry. And then I will go. I'm just trying to connect things together, for you, and then I will connect them, and you will see what Yusuf Ali himself is saying. Because simply, if you see what Yusuf Ali is saying, Yusuf Ali, by the way, is just translating the verse, is not making explanation for the verse. And whatever.
Wait, are you looking at 44? Surah 44?
I'm looking at 40, chapter 40, verse number 55 and 56.
Okay. That's what okay.
Yeah, I don't want to confuse you. I wish you have an explanation book, because the explanation book is the best to show you really what this is about. Because we can keep flipping from a place to place, and this is what might be endless. And if you let us do this, let us see. You see the problem with Yusuf Ali. Is that the only translation you have?
Patiently.
Is that the only translation? No, I'm saying, is that the only translation you have? Do you have different translation for the Quran?
Oh, I believe that's the main one, because there's no other name that I'm seeing Just
Which
saying
website you are in?
and
Which website you are in?
let me see if there's
I
anything
wish you
else.
can come to my room because I can show you in a very easy way. Instead of this is all like, we are wasting our time and your time looking around. That's why I'm saying if you come to our room, I can show you the reference and the proofs in front of your eyes.
Okay.
Do you have Biktal?
Do I have what?
Biktal? Do you have Muhammad Asad?
What are you referring to?
As a translator, those are translations.
Oh, translation?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
Muhammad Asad. There's Biktal. There's Muhammad Asad. There is Mufti Muhammad.
I can't go online right now.
Oh.
But let me see if I can find Quran that has that version.
No problem. I want you to do this. Write those in the note, and this is for your own knowledge, not for me. For me, I do not need really more knowledge about Islam. And
so basically, you want me to say that these ayahs are about Muhammad?
All about Muhammad, I guarantee you. And you will call me later, tomorrow or the day after, doesn't matter.
You want me to just say that it's only about Muhammad,
I'm not
that
asking
nobody
you to say,
else?
Lady, I'm not asking you to say. I'm saying it is about Muhammad and only about Muhammad. Remember my words. I'm not asking you to say, this is how it is. You take your time. Tomorrow you said you are busy. The day after, or even the day after, who cares? Take 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Take a notes for all the verses I gave you and go to the search, go to in Yahoo, go in Google, and you can go to atafsir.com, or you can go to the Saudi website, which is Quran.alislam-islam.com.
But even if some people say it's about Muhammad, how do you know they're right?
So all the Muslim scholars are wrong. And I just told you Muhammad himself saying a hadith. Muhammad, he said, Allah forgive me for my sin. You told me, show me the hadith.
Yes, he was forgiven.
No, he's asking Allah for forgiveness. If he is not forgiven, if he is forgiven already, why he's going to ask for forgiveness again?
Because he's a messenger. He loves God, and he still was humble about it.
Anyway.
And even when he was about to die, even the angel of death could not even take his soul. He was too shy to even take his soul because the Prophet was so humble. And even though the Prophet he's compared to us, he was perfect. Even though compared to us, he was perfect. He still said astaghfirullah. He still said subhanallah. He still prayed to God every salah. Why
he's perfect?
And there's a hadith, just to show you that he's not completely perfect. There's a hadith where he missed the Salat al-Fajr. Because he slept on a comfortable bed instead of the floor, and he missed Salat al-Fajr, and he felt so guilty that he stopped sleeping on the bed. He slept on the floor, but he skipped it. He didn't pray Salat al-Fajr. That just shows you that he's not perfect. Okay. He makes mistakes, and he still says astaghfirullah, and he still thanks Allah.
Regarding, listen. Just wait. If somebody slept and he did not do the Fajr, which means the morning prayer, what your Prophet said will happen to him?
What will happen to him?
Yeah.
If he skips Fajr prayer?
Right. If he was sleeping. If somebody, exactly, what will happen to him? If he was asleep and he did not wake up for a prayer.
And if he didn't wake up, the punishment is up to God, but it's not.
Shaitan will do something to him.
Fajr is the beginning of the day. That's how you start off the prayers.
I'm not talking about this. Shaitan will.
But if you ask for forgiveness, you can always make it up.
Lady, I'm not
and make it up, with.
Okay, listen to me. Your Prophet said, when a Muslim he miss up the Fajr prayer, sleeping, Shaitan is going to piss in his ears, and this is in Sahih al-Bukhari. Do you agree with that?
That's why in the morning you.
So you agree that Shaitan do piss in your ears? No, listen.
You put water in your nose to take the Shaitan out.
Shaitan he's sleep in your nose.
Yeah, there's Shaitan in your nose. That's why you take it out.
Why Shaitan sleep in your nose?
Because in the morning, in the middle of the night, that's when Shaitan comes and tempts you, so you won't wake up for Fajr, so you won't wake up for prayer. Once you start waking up and do wudu, then he gets less tempted. Is your nose where is going to Shaitan control you? Like, is that the weak spot in the human? If he slept in his nose, in your nose, now what will happen to you? If what?
If Shaitan slept in your nose, what will happen to you?
It's not like you think of exorcism. It's more of a not only a symbol. It's more of him tempting you. Like when Shaitan whispers in our ear, we don't literally hear him whisper. We don't literally hear him, whisper. But
this is physical. This is
suddenly
physical.
feel lazy.
Listen,
that's how we
you
feel.
You are washing physical. Shaitan sleep in your nose physically. Now, what Shaitan do to you when he is in your nose? If you want to whisper, he whisper in your ears, not in your nose. Why he's in your nose?
Allahu Alam. That's just, it's part of what I read one
Each
time.
time I
it's
ask
part of what I read, but Allahu
Allah
Alam, it's probably to tempt us to not pray. Whatever it is he's trying to do.
He tempts you from your nose?
That's his job is basically to lead us astray from what we have to do. That's his job. So whatever he's doing,
lady,
he will do it.
How he want to tempt you by sleeping in your nose? I did not get this one.
I'm sorry, can you repeat it again?
Okay. He is sleeping in your nose. What kind of temptation Shaitan will do to you when he's sleeping in your nose? He did nothing. He's just sleeping in your nose. And even you don't feel him. Right? So what is the temptation?
The purpose, Allahu Alam, I'm just telling you what I read. That when we do wudu in the morning, that's the point of putting water in your nose and taking it out. That's the purpose of it. Okay, I don't know what he does. I don't know,
do Shaitan sleep?
Huh?
Do Shaitan sleep?
Does he sleep?
Yeah.
He's always awake. He's always trying to lead people astray. He never...
the hadith says...
He doesn't stop tempting us.
Okay, the hadith says, your prophet said, يَنَامُ فِي مِنْخَرِهِ. He sleep, not only go in. Your prophet, he said he sleep.
But there's more than one, you know what I mean? There's like there's more than one jinn. There's more than one type of shaitan. And there's not only one. So when he's sleeping, it's not like he's not doing anything. There's others that will try and tempt you. So you can't be like, okay, he's sleeping, that means everybody's doing good.
Okay.
Because there's other shayateen who are trying to tempt you.
Just concentrate with me. He is the one sleeping in your nose. There's only one shaitan in your nose right now. What he is doing there? He's sleeping. So what is that? Why he's sleeping in your nose? Shaitan, he could not find any place to sleep in. He can't go to Las Vegas. He can go to the best hotel. Like he could not sleep in a place except your nose. How big is your nose?
It's just something that it's more. You're supposed to take it as something where that's something you're supposed to think about, that he tries and tempts us in any situation, in any position, anytime, anywhere. And that's more of what you're supposed to take out of the message, that he can tempt you anywhere, anytime, any place. That's the message of it. Not, I don't believe it. It's too small of an area.
Are you there? You muted yourself. I think you did hit your phone. I don't hear you.
Jinn, he enters.
I'm losing your voice. Are you there?
And buzz, but
okay, repeat again, please. I lost your voice. Can you repeat again what you said? I lost for the last 30 seconds. Can you repeat again?
Can I repeat it?
Yeah, because you lost your voice for like 30 seconds. So you were saying that Shaitan do temptation. Continue, please. In your nose. How he do that?
How he can come in our nose?
No, how he do temptation in your nose. When he is in your nose, he's asleep. What kind of temptation Shaitan he can do when he's asleep? He's asleep. Your prophet said in Yanamu fi munkhare, sleeping in his nose. Okay, now what is God going to do to you? Shaitan is asleep. Good, because when he's asleep, he should not be doing anything. So how he's going to do something bad to you?
If he wants to be, sleeping in our nose, what? It's not like what is he going to do to our nose. Okay, it's more like that's just what he does. That's just where he sleeps.
Another question. Your prophet said.
An area that I guess he prefers, but in the end, if we don't, if we get tempted by him, he's still in a way tempting us, even though he's sleeping. If we don't wake up and do and put water out of our nose, then it's like it's as if we still have him, tempting us.
Okay,
if we don't do wudu and get up and go pray Fajr. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like,
when your prophet says that Shaitan do piss in your ears, do Shaitan piss?
Does Shaitan what?
Piss? He piss?
Here?
No. Your prophet said that Shaitan piss in your ears. Correct? Now, do Shaitan have piss? How he can piss if you don't have piss?
Does Shaitan have a what?
You urinate. Shaitan urinate in your ears. That's what your prophet said. Shaitan
Okay.
is going to do urinate.
Yeah, I understand that part.
So do he have urine anyway? Do shaitan have urine?
Does shaitan have urine?
Yeah, do he have urine?
He's when we think of him, he's just basically everything that is dirty and evil.
But
so everything that we think is dirty and evil, he is consisted of. Okay. He is made of everything that is dirty, unclean, impure, evil.
How come? Allah made him from
so
fire.
When the Prophet says that, when he urinates in our ear, or when he does this, it's just everything unclean that he has.
Okay, how
he's surrounded by uncleanliness.
Okay, listen. How he can have urine, and Allah, he made him from fire.
Okay, jinn are different than humans, so you don't know what they can do. They are more powerful than humans.
Listen to me. How he can be having urine when he is a fire? How a fire can sleep in your nose?
But no, okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever seen, Bismillah, a jinn? You don't know what they look like. You don't know what they can do.
I know. The Quran says
they can move us. They can manipulate us. You know what I mean? And they probably have things that we don't have.
I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about how I believe that shaitan is deceiver. I'm a Christian. I believe that shaitan is real and he is a deceiver. No problem. This is not the question. Yep. The question is, you said shaitan do urinate in the ears of the Muslim, as Muhammad said. But shaitan is made from fire. How fire is going to urinate?
Right. But sir, we are made of clay and we can urinate. So imagine, if we are made of clay and we can urinate, imagine what other creations can
we urinate? Because
so you can't think about literally like, it's fire. Fire can't urinate. Well, we're dust. We're clay, and we can do that.
No, clay.
So imagine you have to think beyond the fire. You have to think, okay, maybe they can do things that we can do. If we can do that, why not? Why not? They can do it too.
What the clay mean?
They have babies. They have their own colonies. They have their own families.
Okay, what the clay mean?
But we can't see them.
What the clay mean? Clay. When we say clay mean dirt and water, correct?
Yes.
So it's normal that because we have water, part of our body, to urinate because it's part of our body. Now, shaitan is made from fire. He don't have water. How the fire is going to urinate?
But imagine if you told somebody humans are made of clay, he wouldn't think that we look like this.
No, he would, because
we have organs in our body. If you think water and dirt, you don't think heart, you don't think lungs, you don't think liver. SubhanAllah, it's a miracle that Allah has given us. So with jinn, you only think fire. You have to think beyond that.
Okay.
You don't know what they look like. You don't.
Listen to me.
You only think they look like fire, but you have to think beyond that, sir. Listen. When you tell somebody, okay, this is made out of clay, they don't think that clay has a heart.
If shaitan is going to urinate, it's mean, forgive my language, I'm just for the sake of education. If shaitan urinate, it's mean he have a penis. And how fire is going to have a penis? He's a fire.
You don't know if he does have that certain part of that body.
No, your prophet
he probably does it from any part of it. He probably does it from any part.
Your prophet said that shaitan, he have a penis. First of all, in chapter 7, verse number 12, the Quran say clearly that I am created from fire. So this is very clear in the Quran. Secondly, if we go and read the explanation of in the Quran about do you follow his kids and his seeds as gods or as whatever? Your prophet, he said, shaitan, he have a penis in the right leg and a vagina in the left leg. And when he want to have kids or babies, he shake his legs and his penis will go in the vagina in the other leg. And by that, he will lay eggs, 10 eggs a day, and each egg have 70 shaitan. Do you agree with that?
Mm-hmm. I agree with everything my prophet says.
So the shaitan lay eggs?
Shaitan what?
Lay eggs?
I know that he can produce other shayateen. And in however way he does it. That's the point. He can spread as many shayateen he can.
Your prophet, he gave us the way. This is the way. He have a penis in the right leg. He have a vagina in the left leg.
Okay, then if those were the exact words from Muhammad's mouth, then I believe it. And yes, then that's how he does it.
Okay, then let me ask you a question.
Because you know why? Because he knows more than us.
Correct.
And
No problem.
Yes, and he has visited heaven. He has visited hell. He's seen a glimpse of it. We haven't. So we can't say we cannot say that that this is what shaitan looks like. This is what he can and cannot do, because Muhammad has seen more than us. He's experienced more things, and he knows some things that we don't know. That's why I trust everything he says. It's because he's experienced it to the extent where it's real to him. To us, we can only imagine it, and even that it's hard for us to do.
Okay, let me ask you: is shaitan, 100% evil, or there is a good part in him?
No, shaitan's completely evil.
Absolutely evil.
There's no such thing as good.
Nothing
in him
at all.
There's his job is basically to lead us astray. So how I don't understand how that can be seen as good.
There's no way he will do something good, correct?
Did you just say if he can do something good?
No, I'm saying you are saying that shaitan, no way he will do something good.
He may. I think the end result, just by even listening to him, it's always going to be bad.
Okay, but let's make it clear. There's no way he will do anything good, wrong or right. For me, as a Christian, shaitan will never do something good. I'm giving you the answer. Now, what is your answer as a Muslim? Do shaitan do good?
He says he believes in God, but he doesn't, so he's a betrayer, he's khayan, so I don't think he's good at all. No, he cannot, it's not possible.
Not possible.
He pretends to be, but that's just pretend.
Great.
It's not real.
So it is not possible. Remember your words. It is not possible. In Sahih Muslim, the book of Sifat al-Qiyamah, the description of Judgment Day and fire and heaven, hadith number 5035, Muhammad, he said he converted his shaitan to Islam. He converted his shaitan to Islam. It says in the hadith, let me read for you. إن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خرج من عندها ليلا فقالت, he's talking to Aisha, فغرت عليه فجاء فرأى ما أصنع فقال ما لك يا عائشة أغرتي؟ فقالت وما لي لا يغار مثلي على مثلك؟ فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أقد جاءك شيطانك؟ قالت يا رسول الله أو معي شيطان؟ قال نعم. قالت ومع كل إنسان؟ قال نعم. قالت ومعك يا رسول الله؟ قال نعم ولكن ربي أعانني عليه حتى أسلم. Shaitan, he became a Muslim, and you are the one who said from your mouth that there is impossible for shaitan to do something good. So the one who believes in Islam.
Well, how do you know? How do you know that shaitan says he's a Muslim? He says that he believes in God, but he's a khayan. So even though he said that, it's not. He still does the things he does right now. So, if he was a Muslim, he would not be leading us to hell. And that's what he's still doing.
Okay.
But in that verse that you just read, in that verse, he may have led maybe one out of the many to become a Muslim. But how do you know that was the shaitan?
Your prophet said
the one that started this whole chaos. And even though it was let's say if that was the shaitan, the one that started, when Adam refused to bow down, then how do you know if he was being true? Because he's fake.
So why your prophet
he says he's a Muslim, and then
prophet, listen, why your prophet saying that he converted to Islam and he mean it? If he is not real, and your prophet do not know if he's a liar or not. Shaitan can lie to Muhammad too.
I believe what the prophet's saying, but I'm saying, how do you know that is the shaitan? It could be any of the many.
Saying, he is saying his shaitan became a Muslim. He said every human
have
a shaitan.
But shaitan,
it doesn't matter. Listen,
he's always said he's a Muslim.
I ask you,
and when he tempts us to do bad things, you know what he does when we start doing the bad things? He goes out and laughs at us and says, how could that person do that? I believe in Allah. That's what shaitan says when he tempts us. So he's fake. He's a backbiter.
But
he's not.
Just wait.
He's not sincere with what he says.
Okay, but your prophet saying he's sincere. He's saying even my Allah, God helped me with him, and he became a Muslim. He's saying he claimed Muhammad that Allah, he helped Muhammad and made him a Muslim. So there's no way he was lying here. It's very clear. And you are the one who, when I ask you, shaitan in general, doesn't matter. Shaitan is shaitan. All of them, they are copy of each other, according to your prophet. And they are, all are evil, as you said to me. And I asked you, is it possible that shaitan will do anything good? You said, impossible. Now, this is a proof that Islam is not good. Because if Islam is good, why shaitan accept Islam? Remember, you told me shaitan will never do
He
anything
doesn't.
good.
He doesn't represent Islam. He says he seems like he's a Muslim. He says that, he says that he's a Muslim. He says he believes in one God. As soon as we start sinning, he laughs at us and says, how could they do it? Because he's all for show. And even the Prophet knows that. It's all for show.
No, but in here,
he's not, it's not,
lady.
it's not like you think. You have to look at the big picture, because after that happened, this wouldn't be happening right now. If Shaitan became like a true Muslim, then that's it. Judgment Day and there wouldn't be even a Judgment Day. There would just be no Shaitan. But it's obviously happening. So that just shows that Shaitan did not fulfill his contract. He did not keep his promise.
How we knew?
He didn't keep his word, because why? He's Shaitan. He doesn't keep his word.
How we will know that Muhammad is not Shaitan? If you just say to us that Shaitan, he say he believe in one God, and he say I believe in Allah, but he is not. How we knew that Muhammad or anyone is just not coming from Shaitan? Because you just told us that Shaitan, he will say I'm a Muslim. Shaitan, he will say I believe in Allah. Shaitan, he will say I worship God. Shaitan, he say I worship one God. And oops, he is not a Muslim, and he is laughing at us. How we knew that Muhammad is not that one, and he is laughing at us, and he's saying I believe in Allah, I believe in God.
Because Muhammad was a man, and Shaitan's a jinn.
But
and even though jinn can take on different forms,
lady, no.
Muhammad was born and he died.
I can show you
and Shaitan does not die.
No,
Shaitan will die. And he will suffer, but
he can act.
He's still.
He can act. He can make himself as he did, but he's not. Your
he
prophet
can make
said.
Himself in any
your
form.
prophet. Listen,
Muhammad had a message, and
Shaitan have a message too. Shaitan have a message of Shaitan. Both.
Yeah, but does Shaitan have a book? Does he have his own book? Does he have his own Quran? Does he have his own Bible?
Sure, he have a book. Sure, he have a book. His book is not to worship God. Any book is his book. Playboy magazine is his book.
Yes, but where's his message that he says don't worship God?
It's very clear
show me. Where's the book in this world that says don't worship God? Satan? Satanists? The ones the atheists?
No.
Maybe them, but I don't really believe it.
All those books belong to Shaitan. Playboy book belong to Shaitan. Atheist book belong to Shaitan. Muslim book belong to Shaitan, and the proof he is promoting
But the
himself.
difference between that, and I'm not even saying, I'm just saying, mathalan, if you're saying that, what if Muhammad, astaghfirullah, is, Satan or whatever, he would be a hypocrite. He would do things behind, people's backs, and he would be lying, and he would be cheating.
As an example, he was having sex with his wives when they have their period. The Quran say clearly, don't get close to your women when they have their period. But the prophet, he was doing that. He's a hypocrite. Who said he's not? How you say to people, don't get close to women when they have period because will hurt them. In the same time, you yourself, you order your wife to put like a diaper or something.
Which wife? Which wife?
Aisha. And this is in Sahih al-Bukhari. He ordered her to put izar, tattazir. Aisha قالت,
But didn't I recently say that he's not perfect and that he keeps asking for forgiveness until he dies?
Listen, okay. But you just said he cannot be hypocrite. Hypocrite is to say something to people and you do the opposite. You say to them, don't have sex with your wives when they have period. At the same time you do it. This is hypocrite, correct?
So you're saying that's something very evil. That's something that Shaitan would do. Is do that with their wives.
You are the one who said Shaitan is a hypocrite, correct?
Yes.
Shaitan, okay. Muhammad, he said to Muslims, don't do things, and he do it.
But here's the thing. He wasn't going up to people saying, don't believe in God. He didn't go tempt people to not miss Salah. He went to the masjid and he encouraged people to come to the masjid. He didn't say, don't go. Shaitan is the one who says, don't go. He's the one who whispers and says, don't pray. Muhammad was telling people, even though he made mistakes in his life, He didn't make other people do mistakes. He may have made mistakes in his life with his, that's his choice, and he will be judged, but he didn't make other people do mistakes.
He will be
That's
judged.
the difference between him and Shaitan.
He will be
Shaitan
judged.
makes other people do mistakes, and he laughs at them.
He will be judged, Muhammad.
Do I judge him?
He will be judged, Muhammad. He will be judged.
Muhammad is already guaranteed, inshallah, Jannah.
So why you said he will be judged?
I'm saying for the sins of what he did when he repented.
Okay.
He was still
Your
judged at the
prophet
time
said-
when he committed the sin.
Okay.
If he hadn't repented,
So
he would
why
still be judged.
why-
But he repented for all his sins,
Okay,
and
listen.
Allah forgave him. And it
Okay.
says in the Quran that Allah has forgiven him,
Okay.
and that he will be the one who
why
will
Muhammad?
make people enter in Jannah.
Why
He will be by
Muhammad?
the gates of heaven.
Okay, just wait.
Because- because he has been So,
if Muhammad is
he-
guaranteed the heaven, why he asked the Muslims to pray for him to go to heaven?
they don't know. That's the difference. You're confusing that with Christianity. We don't worship Muhammad. We don't pray to Muhammad.
This is not the question.
We salli
is-
ala
lady,
Sayyidina Muhammad
lady,
after we say his name
No.
as a sign of respect, not as a sign of worship.
Why he
We worship
asked
God.
you?
We worship Allah, but we believe that Muhammad is a messenger. We believe that, but we don't believe
Lady?
that he's God.
Lady, why
Really?
he asked you to pray for him to go to heaven?
What do you mean?
Muhammad, he asked people to pray for him to go to heaven.
That just shows you how humble he is. That
But
he
if he's
knows,
granted-
even though he knows.
If he is granted,
I'm telling you, but I'm
Listen,
telling you,
if he is
even though he
granted-
knows, he still fears Allah. He's not arrogant. If he was arrogant, he would be like, oh, I'm going to Jannah, why do I have to do that? That's how humble he was, down to earth.
if he is
He
humble,
still prayed. He still
if he
feared
is
Allah.
humble-
He
if
still
he is
feared
humble,
Allah.
Listen, if he is humble, he should pray for Muslims to go to heaven, not asking Muslims to pray for him. He's being selfish. It's not him about humble. He is ordering every Muslim when he pray every day. When you pray, you have to pray for Muhammad to go to heaven.
Does.
Huh?
Every time we say alayhi salatu wasalam, we get a hasana, inshallah, by him.
See,
we get a
here we
hasana
go.
that the angels
See,
tell
he is
him
God.
that
He
we bless
is
his
God.
name.
Each time,
And that's what we believe. If you don't want to believe it, that's fine,
listen,
Yani.
you just
Kul
said-
wahid hur, but I'm
just wait,
saying
just wait,
that's
just
the
wait.
reward that we get
Take
from
it
him.
easy. Take it easy. You just said each time you pray on Muhammad, Allah give you a reward, correct?
Each time we say his name, alayhi salatu wasalam,
Why?
and we bless his name, when we
Yeah.
bless his name,
Yeah.
the angels tell him, and inshallah we get reward. Inshallah.
Why you will be getting a reward? Why? He's God?
For blessing him. As a sign of respect. We respect him as our prophet.
Who
We
is
respect
he?
him.
He's
We
just a man
follow
like
him.
everybody.
And that's a sign of respect. When we say alayhi salatu
Listen,
wasalam, that
listen.
means
Who is he?
we pray
Why
for
you
him.
say-
We still
why-
remember him.
Wait. Why you get rewarded when you bless him? He's just a man like every man. I thought he's humble. Suddenly, if you say his name, you get reward. He's God.
No, he's not.
You are
Astaghfirullah. I mean,
associating the name
even
of God
Muslims will,
with
even
Muhammad.
Muslims will
You do
deny
not
that.
say the name of
If,
Allah.
we're
actually.
not like Christians.
Listen,
Christians will openly say Jesus is God. But
Oh, so
Muslims will
you
deny
say-
that.
So Muhammad,
Why would we even
Muhammad is
admit
under
to
the
something?
table God. He is not openly, he is under the table. And each time you say his name, Allah will give you a reward. And this is how I say Muhammad is misguiding you. He is making himself God without you knowing. When you say Shahada, you have to put his name with the name of Allah. And this is shirk. You are associating
Because
the
he
name
was
of
a
man.
prophet who
So
spread
what?
Islam.
So what?
That
So
he's
what? No,
he's
he
the
is not
he's the
the
last
one.
prophet.
Listen,
We respect him as
he
a
is-
human being, but we
he
don't
is-
respect him more than that.
No, he is not
We
the
have our
one.
limits, sir.
Hidi,
We
he is not
respect
the
him as
one
a
who
human
brought
being, as a
Islam to
man
you. The
who
one
has
who
went
brought
through a lot, who has
Islam.
suffered, and we respect him for that.
Wait. He is not the one who brought Islam. You just made a mistake. Adam simply is a Muslim. Moses is a Muslim. Even Isa is a Muslim. Even Shaitan is a Muslim. So don't tell me he is the one who brought Islam. He is Muslim like everybody. And there is
No, he
124,000
spread the
prophets.
Quran. That's what I'm talking
So
about.
what?
He's the one
So
who
what?
got the
Quran, let me ask
revelation.
you,
Who got the revelation of
Let
the
me ask
Quran.
you, is the Quran...
And that's why we respect
Listen,
him, because we follow
is
the
the
Quran.
better than
That's
the
what
Torah?
I mean.
Listen, is the Quran better than the book of Allah was given to Moses?
Is the Quran better than like the Bible?
Better than the book, not the Bible. The book was given to Moses by Allah.
The book that was given to Musa?
By Allah, yes. Is it better or equal?
Here's the thing.
Well,
There's a lot of truth in... No, but I have to explain. It's not a yes or no answer.
Yeah.
I have to explain it because it's more complicated than that. There's a lot of truth.
I'm not talking about this one.
There's...
I'm talking about the one in your Quran. The Quran says Allah gave a book to Moses. I'm not talking about the one I have. I'm talking about your Quran saying Allah gave Moses Quran, sorry, Torah. That Torah, not our Torah. The Torah which Allah gave to Moses, is it equal to the Quran?
Oh, that the one that he gave to Musa, the one that Allah gave to Musa. That we believe in, because that was when it was perfect in perfect form. When it was that was directly from God, all God's words. The 10 Commandments we believe command because they were directly from Allah.
This is not the question.
But here's the problem though. Over the years, it's been changed, and people started believing different things.
This is not the question. Okay, I will put you the hold. You see, you're not listening. Listen to me carefully. I put you on hold. This is not the question. The book which Allah gave to Moses, is it equal to the Quran? I'm not talking about my book. I don't believe my book is coming from Allah. I don't believe in Allah.
Okay. Equal in the value?
Yeah. Is equal? Is it equal or not?
Before it was changed, yeah.
So why you are going to pray to Muhammad? You don't pray to Moses.
We don't pray to Muhammad.
You pray on. You just told me everyone.
No, we don't. No, see, that's where you're mistaking me. We don't pray to Muhammad. We pray to Allah.
No,
but we pray to Allah.
Muhammad. You pray for Muhammad. Let's make it clear. Correct? You say Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. You say may Allah pray on Muhammad. Correct?
Yeah. May Allah have mercy on his soul. Yeah.
Okay. Why you mention only the name of Muhammad? Not the name of Isa, the name of Musa.
No, we can mention any of the prophets in our prayers.
But you get
But we say Muhammad because he's the last prophet who spread the Quran that we believe in.
Okay,
but we respect all the prophets. Don't get me wrong. I pray for Isa. Okay. I pray for Musa. I can pray for anybody. It's not wrong. That's right.
Okay,
it's encouraged that you pray for all the Nabi because they are prophets of Allah. All of them we respect.
A second, please.
All of them we value.
A second.
And no one is better than the other.
The Quran you have right now, is it corrupted?
It's not corrupted. It's never been changed.
What is the first chapter was given to Muhammad? What is the first chapter was given to Muhammad?
The first, the one that was revealed to him?
Yeah, the first chapter was given to Muhammad. What it is?
What verse?
Yeah.
Well, in the cave, the angel started telling him Iqra, and he didn't know how to read.
Correct.
And that was when it first. That was when it was revealed.
This is in chapter 96 right now, correct?
Chapter 96? Let me just make sure. Hold on. Yes.
Okay. Now, if the first chapter was given to Muhammad, is now at 96, but Allah gave it number 1. Who is the one who made it 96?
Well, you have to take into consideration that these surahs all have a purpose, and only God knows which one came first and why they're put in this order. So
what do
you can't say that these are put in order. This in the Quran is based on maybe lowest to highest. But
who is the one who made the decision?
Ayat, it's lowest to highest, like Al-Falaq, Al-Ikhlas, Al-Nas, because they're the lowest verses to the highest. Al-Baqarah, for example, is all the way almost to the the end. Because it has the most verses. But subhanAllah, it's not lowest in value, highest in value. It's just the way that we organize the Quran. That it was just
Quran? So it's not Allah how He organized it, right?
I'm sorry?
It is not how Allah organized it. You said we organized the Quran.
In the Quran, that's how it is.
No.
That's how the ayats are.
You organize it, right? It is you Muslims. This is how you Muslims organize it, not how Allah made it. Because
it could be, but it's just organization. No words have been changed.
So
it could be, Allahu Alam, I can't say.
Changing location of verses, is it corruption or not?
Changing verses?
Yeah, location of verses. Location of verses.
Location of verses.
Because this is a verse was number 1, and now it's 96. You are changing location of verses.
But the thing is it's different from other books because it's been revealed over more than 23 years. It's been revealed over 23 years. The Quran, so it's not like it all came at once. It didn't come all at once.
Lady,
so who knows if it was even.
Let me give you on hold. You are on hold now. You see, we cannot talk at the same time. If Allah decide to put it number 1, Allah was wrong. Who are you as a Muslim to make it number 96? Allah wanted the verse to be number 1 to be given to Muhammad. Who is the Muslim? He decided that Allah was wrong and he decided to change the location. The mic is yours. Go ahead. Go ahead. Can you hear me?
No, go ahead.
I'm saying, if Allah decide that chapter number 1 is Iqra, why Muslims correcting the mistake of Allah. Allah made a mistake and you are correcting. If Allah wanted to be number one, why Muslims are changing the location of the verses? Allah wanted to be number one. Why Muslims did that? Go ahead.
That's a good question.
Do you have an answer?
All I know is that the words have never been changed, and the words have the meaning, not the location, sir.
Okay.
The words have more meaning than the location.
Let me show you.
And when you really look down to it,
let me show
when you really
that the one who changed locations is corruption in the Quran. If you go to chapter 4, verse number 46, what it says?
Chapter 4?
Chapter 4, verse number 46.
Okay.
Okay. It says, من الذين هادوا يحرفون الكلم عن مواضعه. What they do? They change the location of the words.
And they also change the words?
No, they are changing the location, not the word. Read it. Just the location. It says,
okay, but how do you know? How do you know that Allah did not want this to be surah number 96?
The proof He gave it
I'm
number
just
one.
saying.
You know?
Because you're not, you can't be 100% sure.
No, I'm sure the proof He gave it number one to Muhammad, correct?
Okay, but how do you know that, Allah did not want it to be number one?
Did
Maybe
Allah say,
it was meant to be labeled 96. How do you know that?
Did Allah say,
you don't.
Listen, did Allah say,
I understand what you're saying, that it was revealed first as number one. It was revealed the first surah to Muhammad, but how do you know that it was not meant to be labeled as 96?
How do you know it's 96? From where they get the 96 idea? Show me. If you can show me a proof, this is mean, okay, maybe they are right. Maybe Allah told them. Where Allah says, make this verse number 96 or chapter number 6.
Where does Allah what?
Where the Muslims get the idea that Allah, He wanted to be there.
I can't speak for them because I did not live at that time.
Because it doesn't make sense.
You don't know if they got him. You don't know if they had a message from Allah to have it ordered this specific way. You don't know because
I know.
We did not live during that time.
Uthman ibn Affan is the one who collected the Quran, and he is the one who made the decision. And he burned all the other Quran because each one of them was different. So when Muslim says to us that the Quran is not a change, simply they are not being honest, because if they are not different, why Uthman he burned them? And not only that, as you see, Muhammad was given chapters and verses. Muslims, they did not put it in order. Actually, they played with it. As an example, there is a verse that says, اليوم أكملت عليكم نعمتي وقبلت لكم الإسلام دينا. Do you know that verse?
Which surah?
I believe this is in chapter 5, I think.
5?
Yeah, let me be sure what verse. I think it was verse 7, something like that. Just let me be sure. I'm getting old. Okay, 5:3, sorry. Chapter 5, verse number 3. Chapter 5,
which
verse
ayah?
number 3. Verse number 3.
Okay, كمل. Number 3. حرمت عليكم.
حرمت عليكم الميت ولحم الخنزير.
Talking about.
Okay, go down. It says, اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. Do you see it?
نفس الآية.
That's the same. Yeah, the same. If you go down, it says, today I completed my favor upon you and your religion to you, and I accepted Islam for you. Okay. Now, this is a verse was given to Muhammad. Muhammad, he said this verse as the last verse in his life. Where we find it? In chapter 5, verse number 3. This verse in here doesn't make sense, because this should be at the last one at the Quran, because today I completed my favor upon you, completed Islam for you, and accepted Islam for you. So when they put it there, what they did, they made a damage for the Quran.
Here's the thing: you have no say to say that this will be at the last, because the Quran is made up of many verses.
Lady, I'm not the one saying that. The hadith say clearly this is the last verse was given to Muhammad. Now, this verse makes sense only at the end of the Quran. He completed the Quran. Quran is completed. Quran is perfected. And now he accepts Islam for them. He's done. He did his message. He's going to go.
It's not a story. It's not an introduction and a conclusion. It's the Quran. There's many verses from everywhere. And even though it was revealed to him last, even though it was revealed to him last,
you are right.
You don't know why it's in this specific order.
You see, you have to make me beat you on hold again. It's not a story. This is why you have to put it as Allah gave it. Isn't it Allah who gave it? Allah, He made it the last one. Who is the one who dared after Muhammad's death to play with it and make it in the first of the Quran, which doesn't make sense? This verse makes sense only at the end of the book. I'm not the one saying that. Allah, He gave it as a last verse. So you Muslims should keep it as a last verse. If Allah gave it last verse, it should be the last verse. Who is the one who is changing the location of verses? The Muslims. It's Uthman ibn Affan. This is why the Muslims killed him, because he did play with the Quran. Allah did not give it to you this way, and this verse will not make sense in there, because now, after I read this verse, okay, Quran is completed, and Islam is completed, and perfected, and there's more than 109 verses or chapter after it. Very wrong. It doesn't make sense. So
what doesn't make sense is why you think Jesus is God. That's what doesn't make sense.
You see, now you are running away from the topic. It makes sense for me.
Yeah, okay. I know. I'm listening to what you're saying, and my response to that is again Allahu Alam, because you may. Okay, no, I understand what you're saying. I understand that maybe whatever happened, the order has been.
Do we go by maybe when it's come to God?
Or different?
It's very clear. Listen, it's very clear. The first verse was given to Muhammad. It's not in the first verse, and the last verse was given to Muhammad. Is not the last verse. And you are telling me the Quran was the same? I can show you. Umar ibn Khattab, he said the Quran is 27,000 words. The Quran today is not even 300,000, which means more than 70% of the Quran is gone. As an example, the verse of stoning to death was in the Quran. Where we can find it now?
Which verse?
Stoning to death. Stoning
to death?
Yeah, stoning to death.
You don't think it's in the Quran?
It is not. Show it to me.
Surprising that you're asking me to show it to you.
Because
I would think you'd be hunting for it.
It is not there. Lady, it's not there. I'm asking you to show it to me because it's not there.
I know I read an ayah about stoning to death, but I don't know if it's in this version.
Lady,
this is in the hadith. Online. Let me see.
This is in the hadith. In Sahih al-Bukhari, Umar, he said, I'm afraid that time will go and people will say the verses of stoning to death, they are not in the holy book no more. Who is saying that? Umar ibn Khattab. So there are verses in the Quran, they are not in the Quran. And even Umar himself at that time complaining, why this verse is not in the Quran? And we can go, let me give you the hadith number, you can take the reference. The book of those who wage war amongst the disbelievers and apostates. Look how nice the book is named. Hadith number 6401, narrated by Ibn Abbas. Who is Ibn Abbas? The cousin of Muhammad. This is very strong hadith. Umar, he said, I am afraid that after a long time has passed, people may say, we do not find the verses of Rajam, between two brackets, stoning to death, in the holy book.
Okay. But that's the reason why we have hadith, is that we don't only follow the Quran, we don't only follow hadith, we follow both. So if we don't find something, if we don't find an answer in the Quran, we go to the hadith. If we don't find an answer in the hadith, we go to the Quran.
It's not in the hadith. It doesn't say, where's the verse?
But there is a rule for stoning to death. Otherwise, we wouldn't follow that in Saudi. Otherwise, we wouldn't have that.
The Quran is not preserved. And actually, Aisha, she said that when the Prophet died, دخل داجن فأكلها. A bit, we didn't know, she did not say what dajan mean, an animal. It might be a goat, mostly goats. They are the one who ate papers and things. She said, when we did get busy with the death of the Prophet, a goat or an animal get inside the house and ate the Quran and the chapter of breastfeeding for adult and stoning to death is gone. This is what Aisha is saying, not me. So your Quran been eaten by a goat. Allah could not protect.
How do you know that wasn't? How do you know that wasn't from God? That it was meant to happen by God. How do you know?
Allah want the Quran to be eaten by goat.
You never know. I mean, it's a creation of God. Maybe it was meant to be that way. Maybe Allah
how you know
was,
that the
maybe
Christians,
Allah meant everything happens for a reason.
How you know that the Jewish are not changing the book because Allah He want that? What is this? Is an excuse. When you say to me that the Quran is corrupted, not corrupted, here we go. It is corrupted. We showed you changing the verses.
It's not corrupted.
We showed you.
It's not corrupted.
Actually, the Quran for me is not corrupted for sure. You know why? Because you cannot corrupt the corrupt. Quran is a false book from the beginning. But I'm showing you that even the corrupt book of the Quran, which was given to you from Muhammad, is
so
not
you don't even think that it exists? You don't think that Muhammad existed?
It exists.
Do you think that Muhammad existed?
Yeah, Muhammad exists and the Quran exists as a book of Satan. But I am not proving to you the Quran is corrupted because you cannot corrupt the corrupt. You got the point? If something is corrupt from the beginning, I cannot corrupt the corrupt more than the corruption exists already. But I just showed you that a goat eating the Quran and Allah saying, I'm going to protect the Quran. And what you say to me, how you know that it's not Allah who sent the goat to eat his book? So why he sent the verse? And why he want the goat to eat his verse? Give me a reason. Isn't it better to have it in the Quran so people they can read it?
A goat is innocent. Yeah, he doesn't know better. So you don't know if it was meant to happen or not. It was, everything happens for a reason. You can't judge that.
Who is the innocent, Allah or the goat?
Why would he send a goat?
Yeah, why Allah send the goat to eat the verse?
Why not?
Why not? Why
it's his creation. He can't control. The goat doesn't know what he's doing. So it's not like a human being ripped the pages. It's not like a human did. If a human did it, then the human knows what he's doing. Then it would be corrupt. But since a goat did it, the goat doesn't know any better.
Okay. Now, if the Muslims they keep the Quran by heart as the Muslim claim, why? Who care if the goat did eat the page? Don't you know the Quran? Why you don't have the verse again?
Why don't we have the verse that the goat took away?
Yeah. If the Muslims says to us, claim that the Quran was kept by heart in their chest, in their heart, correct? Okay. The goat did eat those verses. So what? Write them again.
Again, Allahu Alam. Maybe it wasn't meant to be put. Maybe Allah, didn't want those verses to be
this way. You see, each time we show you that there's something wrong in there. This is mean. When the Muslim says to us that the Muslims they remember the Quran by heart, all of it, it's not true. The proof, if it's true, they should write the verses missing. They should put it there, and then the problem is solved. But as you say,
maybe they did.
They did not. Where it is? Show me. Where?
Maybe they did, but
where?
You don't know what happened to it.
Do you have different Quran?
The point is that
the
words in the Quran have not been changed.
What do you mean not
changed? That's something that
I just showed you. Okay, I just showed you that they changed locations. They changed their existence as numbers.
I'm saying the words. I'm saying the words.
How you know?
That no words. I'm saying no words have been added.
Listen.
No words have been added like they have been in the Bible.
No problem. No problem. There's a verse in the Quran.
Oh, so you agree then?
I don't agree about what?
That the Bible has been changed.
The Bible of Allah sure is changed because Allah never sent a Bible. We don't talk about our book. Our book is not from Allah. Your God Allah, and this is additional proof that your God Allah cannot be God. Because if Allah is God, He should not allow His book to be corrupted. Because anyway, this is His book, not any one book. And the one who allowed a corruption in His book, he cannot be God. Because what the point of sending a book if you don't want it to be protected? Who is the one who allowed the book to be corrupted according to Muslims?
It's like you're saying you don't believe in God, though. If you're
I don't believe in Allah.
That the Bible's been changed and
Jesus, He said.
I'm sorry.
Jesus said.
But Allah is God, though.
He's not.
Allah literally means God. When we say we pray to Allah, we pray to God, the Creator.
I don't worship a leg. He's not a creator. He Himself is a leg. He is created. Secondly.
Okay, so who do you worship then?
Jesus Christ is my Lord. He is my God and He is my Savior. He is your judge in the judgment.
So why do you pray to the Holy Ghost? Why do you pray to the Father? Why do you pray to the Son? Why not just pray to Jesus? Why do you pray to all of them? I'm curious.
Read your Quran. In chapter 19 it says that Mary, she was pregnant by the Holy Spirit. By the Holy Spirit, and this is what the Bible says. So the Holy Spirit is within Jesus, is in Jesus. Jesus and the Holy Spirit and the Father is one.
Okay, give me the surah again, surah 19.
Yeah. When
is that Maryam? Yes, Maryam. What ayah?
Go to verse number 19.
Number 19. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about, but it's not. You're making Jesus sound like
Like what?
more than a human, and that's
Well,
not.
read the verse for me. It says he's holy.
Okay, here we go.
Read the
Yeah,
verse.
I know. Okay, number 19. He said, "Nay, I am only a messenger from the Lord to announce to you the gift of a holy son." Yes, he's a holy son.
He's a holy son of
But
who?
you're making him sound
He's holy son of
holier
who?
than
He's holy son of
God,
who?
and
He's holy
he's
son
not.
of, lady? He's holy son of who?
He's holy because he's a messenger.
So no, not a messenger.
And he came from a miracle because
lady,
he
your
came from
prophet is
Mary.
not holy, and I showed you the Quran say Allah forgive him for his sin. Did Jesus ever did sin?
Did Jesus what?
Ever did sin?
Was Jesus forgiven of his sins?
Did ever Jesus have sin? Did he sin ever? Did Jesus
Can you repeat that, please?
Did Jesus ever have a sin?
It doesn't say in the Quran, and I haven't read anything where he has been sinful, and since he was raised with God, then he's in heaven until the day of judgment. So I don't think he's a sinner, nor do I think he's unclean. He's pure, and he's holy, and he's a prophet.
He's holy. There's no man is holy, sir, lady, because your Muhammad said, "Kull ibn Adam khata." Every human is a sinner. Your prophet words, and even he said, every human, shaitan will touch him.
But be careful with the word sinner, because by saying sinner, you're kind of implying that they don't realize it. But the prophet realized it. We all make mistakes, and we all sin, but that doesn't make us sinners, because some of us repent.
No, we are sinners. No, we are sinners. The Bible says clearly, only God is good. Only God is good.
But if you're sinners, don't you think that Jesus died for your sins? So how are you still sinners?
Sinners. Dying for our sin, it means he's given us an opportunity of salvation, doesn't make us not sinner. Even after you accept Jesus, you commit sin, because Jesus said, when a man, he wished to have a woman, she's not his, he commits sin.
So how come people say they're saved by Jesus, yet they're still sinners?
This is what we are saying. You are saved if you walk the step of Jesus, trying to be good as he told you, and when you do sin right away, you ask God for forgiveness from your heart, and you don't do it again. And in the same time, doesn't mean that you will not make sin in the future. As an example, I might make sin yesterday, and I promise God I'm not going to do it again. I should not do it again. And I should be honest with all my heart.
But you keep saying this. You keep saying Jesus God, Jesus God. You keep saying two different names. Why not just pray to God? Why can't you thank God for having life?
Where is Muhammad now?
Muhammad's a prophet.
Where is he now?
He's, with Allah.
What do you mean with Allah? He's not in the grave?
His body's in the grave, but his soul rises.
How you know?
I mean, he's still...
Who said that?
It's part of
the resurrection
part of the religion. I mean, the soul for us, we stay in the grave, with adab. We get adab al-qabr. But
the punishment of the grave. Okay, tell the people in here that are listening to you about the punishment of the grave. How to angels, they will come to you and they will beat you in the grave. Why is that?
In the Quran?
You are the one who mentioned to me the punishment of the grave, correct?
Yeah, there's adab al-qabr where the angels ask you, who's your Lord, who's your creator?
The grave? How they can punish you? How they can ask you when you are dead?
Because they punish your souls.
But your soul is in the grave.
They don't punish your body. Your body is nothing. They punish your soul.
You just told me.
That's before day judgment.
No, you just told me that the soul is not in the grave. Is our soul still in the grave or not?
The souls, when we die, there's some of them that are the spirits. They're not rested, and they're still around us until they're rested. And but the majority of them, they go to the qabr and then they wait for their adab. But there are some of them who are not rested and they are in between.
How you can beat the soul with a hammer? Explain that to me.
That's the power of and miracle of what angels and Allah
But the hadith says they will beat you on your head. Do the soul have a head?
Souls can feel pain. So no matter what the pain comes from, they still feel it, even if it's not. Even if the soul is not a physical form, they can still feel pain from anywhere.
Okay.
So we're gonna feel the adab from.
Okay. I want to ask you a kind of sensitive question. Forgive me, please. I mean no insult. when a Muslim die, they put a cork in his butt. Why? Does that have to do with the
They put
punishment
a
of the
what?
grave? A cork in his butt. Does that have to do with the punishment of the grave?
Okay, I've never heard of that one. I know they wash the body, they wrap it in white cloth.
Yeah, they put cotton in his butt. They put cotton in the butt of the Muslim when he died. Simply because your prophet told them there's 99 dragons will go inside his butt. Now, does that make sense? 99 dragons that will go inside the butt of the Muslim when he go in the grave.
There's 99 what?
99 dragons. Each one of them have 9 heads.
That's possible. Anything's possible.
What do you mean possible? Why 99 dragons will go inside the butt of somebody? He's dead anyway.
But
and then what is hell is about?
Exactly. The body's not going to feel it. So no matter, even if you do that to the Muslim or you don't do it, doesn't matter because it's a body. And a lot of people, you know, I don't know. This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Okay, listen. If it's about pain, if he have no butt no more, when he die, he will lose his butt. Your body will.
Allah will judge him. You know, if he doesn't, it's not his fault.
Okay, no problem.
You can't, it's not. You know what I mean? You can't. If he dies in a really severe way, then it's not his fault if there's nothing left of him. The point is that his soul it's azab, not his body. So, because like you said, there's some bodies that are burned, there's some bodies that are tortured and that are cut to pieces. So it's not really that important to, I guess, do stuff to the body. What's more important is to cleanse the soul, not really focus a lot on the body.
The Quran, the Hadith says they will beat you, not your soul. They will come to you in the grave. They will ask you 3 questions. Who is your God? You say Allah. Who is your prophet? What is your religion? You say Islam. And then they will show you a picture of Muhammad. They ask you, who is this man? You say Muhammad. If you give the wrong answer, they beat you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, do we know how Muhammad looked like?
No.
So what the
that's
idea?
Why when you're. But here's the thing.
Okay.
That's why that's what I asked too. When I was younger and I went to Sunday school, the teacher was like, "You can't memorize these questions. No matter, even though you memorize it, your soul will say it. If you're a believer, you're going to say it quickly and respond quickly. If you're a non-believer, no matter how much you memorize these answers about Muhammad, about the angel, about God, no matter how much you memorize these lines, you won't be able to say it because you're not a believer. So even though you don't know what the prophet looks like, even though you don't know what he looks like, subhanAllah, you will you'll respond to it because you'll be a believer. That Allah will allow you to respond. Because
what if Shaitan come to me and show show my picture to you?
Fil qabr?
Yeah, he bring my picture. I look very ugly, by the way. And then he showed you me, and he said, "Who is this? You think those are the angels?" Right away, you say Muhammad.
No, because that's the thing. You're not gonna. It's not you. It's you saying it, but if you're a believer, you're gonna say it with confidence. You're gonna say it. It's as if somebody is helping you when you say it, because you're gonna be so. It's a different feeling when you're a believer. It's just gonna come to you naturally. Even though you didn't memorize the lines or you don't know the end, you've never heard of the questions before, it's going to come to you. But that's what it says in, how I was taught. But if you're a non-believer, no matter how much you know the answer, even though you know that there's one God, if you sinned and you didn't, ask for forgiveness, if the questions are going to be so hard for you, you're not going to come up with an answer and you're going to get dazab. That's how I was raised to learn. That when you're a believer, you're just going to say It's just like when, on the Day of Judgment, I don't know if you know this, but when you cross, al-mustaqim, to cross that thin, it's not a rope, that thin line, you have to cross a thin line, over hellfire, and the believers are gonna cross it really fast, and the non-believers are gonna do it really slow. It's just that feeling, like when you're a believer, khalas, it's just naturally, it comes to you naturally. And you don't practice for it. It just comes to you. So that's how I see it as.
I was asking you where Muhammad is. You said he's in the grave. Now, where is Jesus? Where is Jesus now?
Jesus is gonna, at the Day of Judgment, inshallah, he's gonna come, and then that's when he will die.
I'm saying now. Where is Jesus now? Now.
He's raised. He was raised with God.
He's with God.
He didn't die yet. His
Okay.
body is up
He
with
is-
God, and he didn't
is
die. He's
with-
still alive.
He is with God. Did you say that?
He's with God.
Correct. Where is Muhammad now? In the grave.
Muhammad, his body's in the grave. I believe.
That's it. His
Allah,
body is
but,
him. He's in the grave.
you know, if he died just as any of us would die. He's not. His death
Correct.
is not like
So now why
Jesus was raised,
okay,
but
why
Muhammad,
Jesus,
why
he
he died.
is the
So
only one in your
he
book?
was.
Why Jesus is the only one in your book? He is up in heaven. All people die except Jesus. Give me a reason.
But he will die on the
It
day of
doesn't
judgment.
matter. He is now with God. Everybody dying. I will die. You will die. All of us we will end in the
Yes.
grave. Okay. Now, how and why Jesus? Now he is more than 2,000 years old as age, and he's still alive. Give me a reason. Why?
It's more of a test.
Test to who?
Especially, well, from what we believe, it's more of a test because nowadays more people believe that he is, you know, God, and that he has, you know, died for our sins or anything like that.
So what?
But from what we believe,
you are making people believe more he is God. You are making people believe more he is God for real when you say he is still alive. Because this is another proof to me as a Christian that he's God. Look, even he is not like others. He's alive.
But that's the reason why he's alive, because Christians say that he died on the cross and he didn't
so
die.
It's not,
that's
not,
why
it is not,
every time we see the cross,
but listen,
we say
listen,
because it did not
but
exist.
listen. But this is not how the story happened. Your God, Allah, saved him before anyone say anything. He saved him. The Muslims say to us because Allah don't want him to die. Now you are saying to me because the Christians say he's God, Allah save him?
No. I'm saying it can also be seen as that way because many Christians believe that he died for the sins. But if they believe that he died for the sins, you know, he's raised up in heaven. How is he dead? And another thing I want to ask you is that I asked Christians this and they didn't know the answer was Jesus' body ever found? And people say his body was found, but that was not Jesus' body. That was another man's body.
Listen, how you can find his body if he is raised from death?
If I what?
If he raised from death, how you can find his body?
I'm asking you. I'm asking
that is what I'm
the
saying.
Christians.
I'm
Have
saying
the Christians?
he is alive.
Do the Christians know where he was buried?
He raised from death, so you will not find the body there. The Bible says clearly that he raised from his tomb, and he saw three ladies before he appeared to his apostles, showing his arms, that there's nails in there, and then Thomas, who was not believing that Jesus raised when he heard first time, he bowed down to Jesus. He said, "My Lord, my God." Then Jesus said to him, "Now, Thomas, you believe? Because you these saw, bless those who see not and believe." So Jesus raised from death. This is why you will not find his body. And this is a proof that Jesus is God. Because how he can raise himself from death? How he can be alive? Jesus said, "Every two of you meet under my name, I will be between them," which means he exists everywhere.
Right.
God is everywhere.
Right.
And this is the proof that Jesus is God. Now, is your God Allah exist everywhere?
On the cross.
Is your God Allah? Is your God Allah exist everywhere? Do you hear me?
But that man was on the cross and he died and he resembled Jesus and he did die and he suffered, but that was not Jesus. And
who is the one
what you said about him being raised and being
just wait
on the cross
who is the one?
This is why I don't believe it. The main reason why I don't
okay
I don't trust Christianity is that God does not suffer. He does not. He is above us and he doesn't need to suffer for us.
Do God get angry?
Allah gets displeased when we don't when we do bad things.
Do God get angry?
He does not get affected by us. He's not affected by. He doesn't need our deeds. He doesn't need anything from us. No. But he gets happy when we do good things.
He gets happy.
You know? But
okay. What make Allah upset?
What makes him what?
What make Allah upset? What make him sad?
Not sad, but what makes him displeased is when we know what's right yet we do wrong. When we know, you know, what we have to do in this life, and yet we do.
Your prophet said, Allah get happy from those who sneeze and get sad from those who they yawning.
He what?
Allah Allah, He got unhappy from those who do yawning, and Allah like the one who sneeze. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, why Allah like you to
Yes,
sneeze?
but
Why Allah get,
here's the thing though.
hey, she's sneezing, he's happy now. Why? Give me a reason.
But you can't put emotions to God because
well, this is what it says. He
you're giving
emotion.
Human qualities. In Islam,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's not
Allah,
right to give human qualities.
Get happy when you sneeze. Why? Allah love those who sneeze. He love you to have a flu. If you have a flu, Allah like you. Do you hear me? Hello?
Yes. Continue.
Okay. If you have a flu, Allah like you. The one who sneeze, he have a flu mostly. Why Allah get happy for having flu?
Why does he get happy for
having a flu? Because the one who sneezes most of the time is because he got cold, he have a flu. Allah is happy now. Why is that?
Okay. The point that I'm trying to make is that Allah, of course, He prefers us to listen to Him and to obey Him, but prefer is different from being happy or sad or mad or depressed or any of those emotions. Those emotions are what makes us human. But Allah is not human, obviously, so you can't give Him an emotion. That's why I chose to say displeased and pleased and likes and dislikes. Because you can't, you know, it's hard to put an emotion on God, because God doesn't need our actions. We need Him, but He does not need us.
So
that's
Allah,
why even
Allah
though we do bad things,
okay, how
that's
Allah,
true. He doesn't.
How Allah want to spread Islam if He do not need you?
Why has He created Islam?
No, Allah.
As a test.
You said
because He tests us.
Allah do not need your action. Is that true?
Right. He does not need our actions.
Okay, how Allah
punish
the unbelievers? By Him or by the Muslims?
What about believers?
How Allah punish the unbeliever? By Himself or by the action of Muslims?
He punishes the unbelievers by their actions.
No, by their action or Allah action?
What do you mean Allah's action?
Okay, you said, okay, I'm asking you, how Allah punish the unbeliever? You said Allah do not need your action and my action. Okay, now how Allah will punish the unbelievers, or how He punish them?
Because it's Allah created us to test us. That's basically the whole thing. Because of Adam and Eve. If Adam and Eve hadn't eaten from that tree, we wouldn't be tested. We wouldn't come up with sin.
You are not listening. Listen to me carefully, please. Take it easy.
Okay.
How Allah do punish the unbeliever? I'm not asking you why. As a Christian, we believe there is a punishment for the bad people. Okay? This is not the question. The question is, Allah do punish the unbelievers by Himself or by others? You said Allah do not need anyone to do action for Him, correct? He do not need anyone. Okay. How Allah punish the unbeliever? He do punish them, or He needs somebody to punish them?
He doesn't need unbelievers to punish. He just, it just happens. If there are people who know the truth and they just don't.
No, this is not a question. I'm saying, okay.
You're asking me.
Allah do not need your action. This is what you said to me, correct? Allah do not need our action.
Right.
Good. Now there is unbelievers in this earth. Do Allah need anyone to punish the unbeliever, or He do punish them by Himself?
Oh, he's punishing the unbelievers.
He do? Not the Muslims?
He rewards us and He punishes.
So He do not need the Muslim to punish the unbelievers? You don't?
We have a duty to do what? Tell people about Islam, tell people what they're doing wrong and right, but we cannot.
Not to punish them?
We can't advise them, we can guide them, but we can't judge people. That's what I'm trying to say. Only God can judge them. We can guide people and say, you shouldn't do it, but we can't force them to.
No, you can force them, by the way. If you go to chapter 48, verse number 16, you will see you are forcing people to convert to Islam. And Muhammad, he was saying to them, to those Bedouin Arab.
Right. Yes. That, number 19 you said?
No. Chapter 48, verse number 16.
Number 16, okay.
Muhammad is forcing the Arab to convert to Islam. Either you convert,
and this is a form of jihad too. They fight for it.
Fight for what? I thought you will tell them to convert to Islam, but you will not punish them if they don't.
But here's the thing that I'm trying to get at. Who has the right to do this? That's why people avoid this.
The Muslims
That's
have
why
the
in the
right
West,
to
in the
do
U.S., it
this.
does not happen.
The
If this happened in the U.S., there would be
because you
no
cannot,
no
because you
Christians.
can, because you cannot, because if you try, you know, we will teach you how to behave. You know, we are the one.
Exactly. Well,
Exactly.
that's the thing, though. But that doesn't make us bad
You see,
Muslims.
you just
That
agree
doesn't
because you cannot do it.
Go ahead.
Because you cannot do it because you are weak in the U.S. But in the when Muhammad was speaking to the Arab, he have a big army and he is a threat in the Arab.
Not only that, not only it's because against Allah, not only because of that. It's because people are afraid that if they do this, if they do force people to go to Islam, maybe they're doing it the wrong way, and they're going to get, you know, maybe Allah's going to judge them differently or judge them wrong. Just that people don't know how to do it. People don't know if they're doing it right or wrong. That's why it's best to leave it on Allah. Tawakkal on Allah and leave it to God.
Why Muhammad?
If you're not doing something wrong, you're not going to do
Why Muhammad did not leave it to God? Why he is forcing the Muslim
people
to
he had a duty, and he was a messenger, and he specifically had a duty from Allah to do this.
Okay, how you force somebody to believe in God, but he don't believe in him? Because you can force me. I say Allah is God, but I don't believe in Allah. What is the benefit? You are making me a hypocrite Muslim. You are forcing me to believe in this God when I don't. And this is very clear answer from you that Islam is not a peaceful religion. Muhammad have a duty to kill and fight everybody. Actually, this is what he said in the hadith.
But
I've been ordered to fight all people until they say there's no God but Allah and there's no prophet but him, and they pay them jizya, they pay them the zakat, and they do the salat, which means the prayer, and then and only then I will stop shedding their blood. Very clear message. He been ordered to fight and kill every human being who do not agree. Don't call me Akhi, I'm not your brother. Because the Quran says,
but
I am not your brother.
This is what this brings me to my first point. Why you asked me I had Christian and Jewish friends is because instead of fighting, I make friends with them. I form with them so they could see that Islam is peaceful. It's not supposed to. It's not all about it's not all about fighting. It's because you can get people. You can get more kind words with kind words instead of forcing.
So wait. Why Allah then don't approve the way you do it then? If this is the correct way to do it, go ahead. Why Allah did not approve the way you are saying? Instead of fighting and killing. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Why you are taken away is not approved by Allah, and why Allah don't choose your way? Why Allah saying, as you say, fight them, kill them, or they convert to Islam? So you are saying to me, you are playing games with those poor Christians around you.
No,
Jewish,
I'm not playing games.
Lying to them.
I'm not.
Because simply this is not the Quran. The Quran says fight them and kill the one who don't believe in Allah. Now you are saying to me.
But do you see me doing that? Do you see Muslims doing that nowadays in the U.S.? No, you don't see them doing that.
Because you cannot. Because
exactly.
You cannot.
But it doesn't make us wrong Muslims. It doesn't make us bad Muslims. We just can't because it's the law.
The bad Muslim. That's
why there's limits.
There's nothing. It's called.
That's what I mean, Akhi. That there's limits. You can't just be like,
lady.
You
just agreed.
And there's a lot of good, religious Muslims in the U.S.
You just agreed that Muslims have a duty to fight all the world until they force them to Islam. But if they cannot, then we play games with them. We try to make a friend with them to show them Islam is peace when Islam is not peace. This verse is about peace. Lady, this verse is about peace. Convert or I kill you. Is it about peace? Is that peace? Chapter 48, verse number 16. Is that about peace?
Because there's different methods.
What message? This is not peace. This is a verse saying, convert or I kill you. The verse saying, convert or I kill you. So how do you say to me Islam is peace?
I know what it's saying.
Yeah. So how do you say to me Islam is peace? What kind of peace?
Back then they didn't have a democracy. Back then they lived by no rules. So the rules that they had was
Allah was
fight
wrong.
or be
Allah
killed.
Was wrong. Allah should go by democracy. Allah should go by democracy, right? Allah is wrong because this is Allah saying that. It's not Muhammad. It is the God of Muhammad saying to Muhammad either they convert to Islam or kill them. So you are saying to me that Allah was wrong, and now because democracy is better, so we should go by democracy.
I said that it depends on the situation. Now that since we have a democracy, we can try it a different way. We can try it by nice and kind words, and by having friendships with people. And then, but what I do, I don't even with my friends, I don't even say, oh, you should read the Quran, and they mention the Bible to me, and we talk about religion a lot, but I don't say, oh, the Quran's better than the Bible. I don't even mention converting. I don't even mention it to them. I just leave it to them, their choice. If they're interested, then ask me, and
just wait. I like your Arabic, by the way. You as an Arab, you are making things easier for me. You are saying to the Christians things is not allowed for you to Muslim to do, and doing with Christians and Jewish things are not allowed for you a Muslim to do, just to make them believe something is not true, that Islam is peace. When you are saying to me, if we got a chance to kill them all and force them in one day to convert to Islam, we will do it. But now there's democracy, and those people are powerful, and they have a big army. So now what we do, we go between them, and we try to give them nice face. Okay, you just said Allah there don't have democracy, correct? You said
I said times have changed, but I still don't think violence is solves anything.
Is the word of God fit for every time or not?
I'm sorry?
Is the word of God fit for every time or not?
The word of God is always true, and we should always follow it.
Correct. So this is the word of God saying, either they convert or we kill them. Do you follow it or not?
I definitely agree with it because it's God's word.
So
and if I said no, I wouldn't be.
So you want to kill me if you get a chance? You agree with it? If you can.
I agree with it, but there's other ways of doing it also. You have to take that into consideration.
There's no other way, lady. This is what the Quran is saying. This is the only way.
There is another way. You just talk about it with them.
No. Those ways, it's your satanic creation. Your God, Allah, gave one way. And
my satanic creation is to talk kindly to people?
Yes, because the Quran is not allowing you to do that. You are trying to deceive them to believe for a second that Islam is a peaceful religion.
I'm not trying to trick them at all. We barely even.
Saying you believe
I don't even. That's not my intention, though. My intention is not to convert them. My intention is to accept them as for who they are.
Your attention is to show them Islam is peace when Islam is not peace. You just told me that that is my duty too, to show them that it is a peaceful religion. How it is a peaceful religion, and you just said to me, do you agree with this verse? Either they convert or we kill them.
Yeah, but didn't Jesus also say something similar to it?
What he said? No, show me what he said.
I already told you about plucking the eyes out. Well, if you see sin, if every Christian followed it in the U.S., they would not have any eyes left. But you take it literally. No.
Lady, this is literally, this is a real war. Muhammad, he launched a war on them, and he forced them to convert to Islam. This is not a joke. This is not a parable of Jesus. This is a real war, and people die, and the blood being shed, and Muhammad, he forced them to convert to Islam. And the proof, after Muhammad died, and you know that, there's a war, it's called the War of Apostate, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Those apostate, because your prophet forced them for Islam, right away when Muhammad died, in the same day, all of them, they say, we don't want to be Muslims. Then Abu Bakr, he made a big war, launching a war against them, and he started torturing those who left Islam. And by that, he made the rest of them, who they get scared from the torturing, to go back to Islam. So here we go. You are forcing people to stay in Islam, and you are practicing it, and your prophet practiced it, and after his life you practice it, and you send armies all overseas to kill those who don't believe in Allah. Either you convert or we kill you. And now you are saying to me,
I'm doing that?
You cannot do it because
I'm sending armies.
Because
I'm sending armies and telling people to convert or kill.
Because you don't have an army. If you have an army who can destroy all of us, you will kill us, because this is what the verse is saying to you. This is what the Quran says to you. This is what Muhammad did
to you. Would you for Christianity? Would you if you had an army?
No, I will never.
Would you convert people to Christianity?
Not with the army. You are saying to me.
No, honest answer though. Honest, if you had the power, if you had the weapons, if you had all those materials and all those resources, would you make Muslims or Jews, or anybody convert to Christianity for the love of God? Would you do that?
With the love of God, but not by forcing them. When you force them, you are making hypocrite Christians, not Christians. Those are not Christians.
But would you try and do that
I
in the
will
name of
never.
your
I
religion?
will
Would
never.
you try
This
and
is
do it to
why.
fight for your religion?
No, I will never. Because this is why I'm saying Muhammad is a satanic man. Because all what he wants,
Well,
he
then
wants
what
to spread
happened?
war
What
and
happened?
shed blood.
What happened during the Crusades?
Crusade
You don't
is,
agree with that? Because they
listen,
fought for
I
Christianity
agree
during
with
the
the crusade.
Crusades.
No, the
And they fought
crusade,
in the name of
the crusade,
Christianity.
listen, let me ask you, who is the one attacked the Muslims? It is the crusade who came to their land, or Umar al-Khattab, he came to Jerusalem?
Salah ad-Din. And it was also the
Salah
Christians
ad-Din
who
later.
started and instigated it,
Read
and who wore
history.
crosses, who fought in the name of Jesus. Who fought in the name of Jesus.
Lady, Salah ad-Din.
And they killed thousands of people, more than any Muslim.
Answer me.
They killed. Christians have killed more Muslims than Muslims have killed people.
Lady,
that's a fact.
Listen, did the crusade go to Mecca, or the Muslims came to the crusade in Jerusalem?
It was started by the Christians.
You are a liar.
It was instigated by, yes, it was instigated by the Christians.
Your prophet sent the three
letters. They wanted to cause a fight. They wanted to cause a fight, and then that's how the whole thing started.
Listen, your prophet, I can show you even from the Quran, he sent a letter to 3 kings. One of them is Hercules, saying either you convert or I'm going to fight you. Do you agree?
Yes, he sent those letters to the kings,
to Egypt. It is not Hercules who sent the letter to Muhammad, either you became a Christian or we'll kill you. So why you are lying?
They still fought.
Why you are lying? The Roman,
how am I lying?
The Roman, let me remind you, the Roman, they are in Jerusalem long before Christ, and in the time of Muhammad they are in Jerusalem, which means they are there at least for 1,000 years. So this is their land almost forever. 1,000 years they are there. They are born there. They are living there. This has became like their land. It's part of their kingdom. Your prophet is the one who sent his Arab to that land, and there's no Arabian man was born in there. And this is what the khutbah says. Remember, none of you was born in this land. I know. And he attacked them.
But I'm saying they fought in the name of religion. They were wearing crosses.
No, not in the name of
why do you
religion.
think they were wearing crosses?
No, listen. I have the right as a Christian to defend my house. You just told me about the Palestinian, that the Palestinians have the right to defend themselves. Now you are coming to my house. You want to take my house. You want to take my church. You want to take my city. And you want to force me to pay jizya like a slave. And you don't want me to defend myself. And now I'm the bad one? So the crusade simply is the one was defending themselves, not the one is attacking. It is you who sent the army to their land to kill them, to destroy them, to steal their money, to enslave them. Go and read the Pact of Umar and see how ugly what Muhammad did. If we want to practice,
but how often does that happen today?
It doesn't
matter.
How
often does it happen today?
You are the one who
I understand that happened back then because that was the life back then.
You are the one who mentioned the crusade, but after we did some tests, we found that the crusade was the victim, not the opposite. It was the Muslims who attacked them, and those poor crusade, they are fighting back, and they were trying to support their own families who live there, their own houses, not to be kidnapped by Muslims, raped by Muslims, taking their money, taking their town, etc. And now you are saying it doesn't happen often. No, it happened often. Your Muslims now, they are doing jihad for Allah everywhere, trying to force the world to bow down to Islam by suicide bombing, by kidnapping, by hijacking airplane, by all kind of terrorism activities. So you just agree again by saying it's not happen often, which means your prophet, if he can do it now, if he exists and he have the army, he will do it again, and he will do it again, and he will do it again, and he will kill every Christian who don't agree with him unless he pay the jizya like a slave. And he will kill all the atheists, and he will kill all the Hindus, and he will kill all the Buddhas, and this is what Islam is about. So when you say to your friends, Islam is peace, you are lying.
I'm not lying.
You are.
Because I know my religion, and you're focusing on these things that I agree they have happened in the past.
What kind of peace it is?
They're not happening.
Not happening because you don't have an army now. You're weak.
No, the way you're supposed to do it is when both sides know that they're fighting. So when you want to fight for jihad, you start and you tell your enemy that you're going to fight them. And you fight in the name of religion when they know, when your enemy knows. Your enemy has to be aware that you're fighting them. You can't just surprise attack them.
So you send them a letter saying, I'm fighting you. Yeah, we know that. We knew that the Muslims
So even though that he did try and convert them by fighting, those people knew that they're going to fight him back or they're going to convert. And they had a choice, either fight back and die, or convert. And if they wanted to convert, even though they were hypocrites and they converted just in the name of converting, even though they weren't true Muslims, they had a choice. I mean, they could have just fought with him and fought for their religion, fought for Christianity, but they didn't want to do that. Some of them didn't want to, but they had a choice. And Muslims were fighting them too. I mean, Muslims were like, okay, we know we're going to die, but we're still fighting till the end for our religion. Christians were doing the same thing against Muslims.
No,
so if we're fighting in the name of Jesus, even though we die, we're fighting for Christianity. So there, it's even.
I want to say first, I want to say thank you for saying the truth, that you Muslims fight people to kill them, either they convert or they accept Islam. And we fight back, not attacking you, fighting back to protect ourselves. And I think it is the right of everybody to protect himself. And this is clear, clear answer that Islam really is an evil, satanic religion
it's not like
spread
that at
by
all.
war, and it's about
I wish that you guys would understand, and everybody else would understand, that it's not an aggressive, violent religion. This is something that, I mean, I'm not going to deny it happened, because it happened in the past. I mean, there's a verse right here, and I know that's happened with Muhammad ﷺ when he fought the kuffar, because that's how they did things back then. But nowadays, I mean, I'm living in the West. It doesn't mean that I'm a bad Muslim just because I don't fight with a sword when I want to, you know, it doesn't make me a bad Muslim that I don't want to convert people. It just makes me, you know, a normal human being. I still do what I do, but I don't judge other people. It's their life. You know, I know people in school who have, you know, whatever, they smoke, they drink, they go out, whatever. That's their life. Khalas, like, ma dakhalni. So let God judge them, let God judge me. Because we each have different beliefs. I accept them for it, but I'm not going to go fight them for it. I'm not going to go, you know, swear at them just because they're different beliefs.
But you don't give people a chance
for who they are.
to stay.
Doesn't make me bad.
You don't give people a chance to stay in their religion if you have a power, and then you will force them to convert to Islam. This is the final thing.
But you can't say that about me because I'm not in that situation.
Who are you? You are just
and
a female.
I'm sure a lot of people, if they were in a position of power, akhi, they would abuse that power. And I'm glad I'm not in a position of power. Because it's very hard
if you do that, okay, you just agreed that this is abuse. And you just agreed that this is an abuse for humankind, and abuse cannot be from God. You are abusing the power when you have it to force people to believe in what you believe.
I'm saying power can be abused.
No, you just said
it's very easy.
You just said that. Everybody wished to have the power to abuse others, and your prophet, he did what he did. Anyway, lady, I cannot. You know, I think we have to close our show soon. And if you are busy tomorrow, no problem. I give you a few verses to look at, and you come to me back, please, with the answers, and you will see those about Muhammad, not about anything else. So for now,
the thing is, I know.
No, you don't know. Trust me, you don't know.
I do know.
Did you take notes? Did you take notes about them?
Take notes about what?
What verses I told you about, or you don't remember anything?
The one about the Prophet Muhammad, where God's speaking to him.
About he being a sinner. Did you take notes?
Give me the surah again.
So how you want to answer me then?
It's because there's so many different interpretations that I can't put a single one and tell you for sure.
Let me give you 48:2, chapter 48:2.
Okay.
Did you write it down?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Now go and search. And one is enough, because if one is showing that Muhammad was a sinner, Muhammad is a sinner. The rest of them.
Okay, but I'm just curious because you didn't answer my question. Are you were you born Christian?
Lady, there's nothing. No one is called born Christian. We don't believe in born Christians. Jesus, he said you have to be born again.
We're all born Muslim. I know we're all born Muslim. But did you
those
convert?
things happen in Islam only. In Christianity, no one is born as a Christian. You have to be born again with Jesus Christ by accepting Him.
I know they have to be saved again.
And I am
just
not
make this
born,
simple. The answer.
I'm not born
Were
Christian.
you raised Christian?
And I'm not a born Christian, and I never been a Muslim for a second because I'm too smart to be a Muslim.
You what?
I am too smart to be a Muslim.
You're too smart to be a Muslim.
Yes, I don't believe Shaitan will take hair from my butt when I pray.
Basically, you were born Muslim and
I
you
am
were
not
saved
born
again
as a
by
Muslim.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not born as a Muslim. I am not.
Everyone's born as a Muslim
You
because
see?
they're all
Okay.
born
Okay.
knowing that God is
I
one.
believe this is true because when I was a little child, I used to do poo-poo. And this is mean I was a Muslim because I was dummy. When I grow up, I get smarter and smarter. And then I accepted Christ and I am reborn again with Him. I'm not a dummy no more. You are born as a Muslim. You don't want to be smarter. The one who believes that Shaitan take hair from his butt when he pray, trust me, he must be
The thing
dumb.
is, I've done my research, and the more I read about Christianity and Judaism, the more I ask about questions to Christians, they give me different answers. I never get the same answer ever. About Jesus, about heaven and hell. When I asked Jews about heaven, I had one woman tell me she didn't believe in hell. One woman told me she didn't believe in
Who cares
Jesus
what
and she
people
was
are saying?
Jewish.
Listen.
And then
If you
another
want,
woman who
if you
told me
wanna,
that they believed in Jesus.
lady,
So every time I research into different religions.
Wait. If you want to know about Christianity, the Bible is there. It's not what he say, she say. It's not up to you, up to me. Okay? If you want to know about God, God he spoke to you in his book. Go read the book and you will see what God is saying. You want to know who is Christ? Go read the word of Christ. Don't ask this she and he.
The thing is,
let me tell you something. I never have one answer from Muslims is the same. Actually, the Quran itself says in chapter 3 verse number 7, nobody understands the Quran except Allah. So this is why nobody know what Islam is about. Each one of you give a different answer. And here you go.
Oh, no, I'm sure. We know what Islam is about. We know what to do.
Let me prove to you.
We know how to pray. We know how to fast.
You don't know how to pray. You don't know how to pray. Just wait. The Quran never mentioned how to pray. It's in the Hadith. And the Hadith is not authentic sources of anything. Secondly, your Prophet himself, he is copying from other religion. As an example, where in the Quran it says to kiss a black stone. Are you there? Oh, I lost her. She hung up. Anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy your time. And it was, we did talk for 4 hours and 5 minutes. One phone call. But actually, this girl, she was a lot more honest than a lot of Muslims. You know, she said a lot of things is true about Islam. Now, she is trying to hide things, but she cannot do it with me. And you know why. Now, I hope you guys will enjoy our show for tonight.